Good morning, General Chat. Uh, Today we are coming at you live from the perfect cutting edge Discord server. We have a new episode of Welcome to the Discord. Today we have I will say, a legendary skater, a former professional skateboarder. I don't think they're currently sponsored by anybody's, but I don't want to misspeak. But one of the more interesting skateboarding careers that I can think of from the late 90s to the early 2000s. I didn't do my research properly, so I don't know exactly. So if I'm speaking improperly about Mr. Lee Smith, will you please
What
correct
up?
me? What up, Lee? Thank you.
What up?
Are you
Happy to be
current?
here.
Thank you for. We're happy to have you. Are you currently a professional skateboarder?
No, I haven't been a professional skateboarder since 2008.
2008. Okay, so I
Yeah,
wasn't totally off. Cool.
it's
Good.
been a
Good one.
while. I did have I had there was this French company called Metropolitan, and I had just a honorary board. Like I didn't have to do anything.
Sure. Like, have you ever had a crooked guest pro?
I had a crooked art board that actually came out last year,
Oh,
but it wasn't
okay.
like as it wasn't. It was like as an artist, not as a skater.
Huh.
So.
Does Mark Gonzalez
Which
not
is
like you?
he might not.
Because
No, he
the
likes me a lot.
I
I
would,
think he
but
says I
I,
have good front side, nose side.
which you do, and I that leads me to a bigger question. You also have one of the best frontside crooked grinds in history. Um, did that
Thanks.
did that trick come naturally to you?
Uh, yeah, kind of. I mean, I feel like I just did a lot of crooked grinds. To be perfectly honest, switch, front side, regular. It was just like a whole crooked grind era.
Who was
So
the first person you saw do a frontside crooked grind?
that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe like Mike York or something
I mean,
like that.
that
He
makes
did a
sense
lot
to
of
me.
crooked grinds too. Yeah.
He did a good switch. He was definitely a frontside crooked grinder when I think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
York, because I wasn't sure. I thought maybe you actually even like possibly could have invented it. But
Nah,
you're not going to
definitely
claim that.
not.
You sure you don't
It's
want to claim
interesting
that?
though, because you know what's different when we didn't use wax on anything, so our grinds were very short. Our whole thing was like go fast and just power through. I look at the way guys skate nowadays, and they wax the shit out of it, and they just kind of like go a little slower and stand on it for a long time.
Yeah, we live in
We
a
were off and on real quick.
yeah we it's a post Tory Pudwell world, skate world.
Right, right, right.
I feel like
Free.
no, now it's a post. I'm saying, yeah,
Oh, right.
you were pre Tory Pudwell. I feel like he's kind of like patient X for like wax abusing. I don't know. I like wax at this point, but I know what you mean. Like I lived through those days of go faster, don't wax it, go faster.
Well, if you would wax something at Embarcadero or Pier 7, somebody would yell at you.
Who
Like
was that
Henry, or
somebody?
maybe, or like maybe Henry or like Rob Welsh or something like that. They might get mad
Was Lee
if
Smith
you.
ever was Lee Smith ever that somebody to yell at someone?
Nah, I was always like super cool with everybody. That's why
Hmm.
I like a lot of the friendships that I have now today are from back in the day.
Hmm.
The
Can
only
I?
person who ever said that I was really an asshole to him was Jamie Thomas.
So tell us why. Why did Jamie Thomas say you called him an asshole? Oh,
Well, I used to talk. I used to talk a lot of shit. I was like a little tiny kid, but I was like protected because I had the whole crew behind me. And then Jamie Thomas showed up from, I think he's from Atlanta or something, and he was like
Alabama, right?
sleeping at Embarcadero. Yeah,
Hmm.
Alabama. He was sleeping at Embarcadero, and he was just real hungry to become a pro skater. And yeah, I guess I was like talking shit to him every day. But
Was this was this when he was like ollieing the Gons Gap every day and doing it barefoot?
yeah, barefoot, ollie the Gons Gap, ollieing into the fountain, doing all kinds of funny stuff. And then yeah, he was. I was like giving him hell, but we're cool now, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah. Did you get to see him do a Benihana live?
I don't remember a specific moment, but I'm sure I saw it at some point.
You blocked it out of your mind, didn't you?
Yeah.
You totally blocked
Yeah.
that shit out of your mind. You saw that, and everybody was like, "Fucking hell! Why is he doing that shit? Why is he doing that shit?" Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he did a Benihana there, but I imagine he did. Um, Speaking of crazy out of towners at SF, can I ask you, were you there when Ricky Iolo was there?
When like he got in a fight with Javante, or Javante punched him or something.
I, I I've heard various different versions of the story. I've never heard a story specific. I don't want to have you talk about something that's already been talked about. But like I've heard some crazy stuff about him when he was there.
I heard, yeah, I was there. It's getting a little foggy now, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was there and saw him get like hit in the head with a skateboard, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, I
And
heard
maybe
he.
he was like, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, I heard he used a really inappropriate word that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah, I heard he was throwing like N bombs around, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Yeah,
I also know that somebody might have used that as an excuse to punch him in the face.
that's
Yeah.
true too. That's true too. And it's like I don't know. It's like I'm a fan of both Javante and Ricky, and I'm not a fan of
Right.
race. I'm not a fan of racism, but I'm also a fan of I'm not a fan of assault. And I know Ricky has talked about like his epically latered. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have, no.
His epically latered is like one of the better ones. He talks about his
Mhm.
experience in Australia, which was pretty gnarly. He got into a fight in Australia, like in a pool mat playing pool, and I think he ended up in prison
Mhm.
for it, which is like,
That
he's a
that
serious
rings a
he's a
bell, yeah.
yeah, he's a serious dude, man. And like I fully respect, like I said, I don't respect racism, but like I respect him as a skater. And like whether he said that word or not, like I wasn't there, so I'm not gonna like be able to make a good statement on
Right.
it. But like if there was a fight and he got hit in the head, it's like it seems like he was a kind of guy that like he was not scared to back down from trouble.
Right, right.
So I
And
mean,
yeah, I don't know. Skaters were always fighting each other in those days. They don't really fight anymore. Pro skaters don't fight each other anymore.
what's the last good pro skater fight? Do we have anyone in the audience that knows? Sammy Baked. What's the last? You're tuned in. Sammy Baked. Can you pull up when the last good skateboarder fight was? Can you unmute yourself, Sammy?
Yeah, look it up.
Don't really
Not
fight anymore. It's a whole lot of Twitter fingers.
Man, I
Yeah,
don't
Twitter
know.
fingers.
A whole
I
lot, a whole lot
remember
of
when
Twitter fingers.
guys. That's what Lee
Gershon
just
Corey
said.
Mosely.
Duffel.
That's what Lee just said. You guys do your fucking job and just like find out the last time someone fought, please. Like, what was it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On it, sir.
You don't have to call.
Uno moment.
Stop being so patronizing about it. Like it's just like, look, just try to pay. I'm sorry, Lee. I'm sorry,
You're
guys.
fine.
Just try to pay attention to what we're saying. Try to pay. Not even me. Don't even listen to me. I don't. It doesn't matter what I say. Just please listen to our guest. He's saying cool shit, and like let's just help him like shape what he's talking about. So he said like, yeah, why don't pro skaters fight anymore? Like, when's the last time a pro skater fought? So can we find out when the fucking last time a pro skater fought was? Does anyone in the audience know?
Does it have to
I
be a
kind
real
of
fight?
You just give me a story,
doesn't.
guys. Jesus Christ. We're sitting
I
here
mean, if we're
like,
I know
talking about
Gershon
there is,
Mosley knocked Andrew Reynolds' teeth out
Bubba
long before.
Jackson.
whoa, did you guys hear
oh yeah,
this?
no, who? Yeah,
Wait.
Andrew Reynolds got his teeth knocked out.
Wait, Andrew Reynolds has fake teeth?
Well, I don't know. Don't quote me on this, but Gershon Mosley definitely punched Andrew Reynolds in the face.
Damn. Do you know why?
Damn.
I think it was at a Baker premiere. I
Oh,
don't know exactly why.
well, Andrew Reynolds is sober now. So
Yeah, it was definitely before he was sober.
yeah. The boss, like again, respect to the boss. Like
Respect to the boss.
I'm a 46-year-old man. Like I'm trying to drink responsibly, but like I've been known to drink irresponsibly.
So have I.
Dude, the first have you been to therapy, Lee?
I did go for maybe like 6 or 8 months, but then it got too expensive.
Yeah, I've done like I've had a few different therapists over my life. My first therapist I went to, I was probably like 24, 25. I was married, my first marriage. And we basically realized maybe I should go talk to a therapist about stuff. So, um, I remember like maybe my second or third time speaking with this woman. It was in Manhattan. She was in the West Village, like super nice office, really like nice lady, like super comfortable. And at one point, I'm like, she's asking me about my drinking, and she's like, so do you ever black out? And I was like, well, yeah. And she's like, well, how often do you black out? I was like, I don't know, maybe
Every
like,
time.
well, I, I, I mean, I know people that have, but I was like, I don't know, maybe like once or twice a month. And she looked at me like, that's like, I saw it in her face, like that she was shocked. And I didn't understand why she was shocked because, like, that's how you drink. You drink until you black out. Like, that's the point of drinking, right? That's what I thought at the time. And
That's what I thought too.
yeah, yeah, a lot of people think that. And it's funny, like, as I got older, I started realizing, like, no, you can just drink responsibly. You can not drink at all. Like, you have all kinds of options, right? But
Right.
drinking to blackout is probably the worst choice that you can make. I've learned over the years. This is Gabe Bathhouse. Gabe Bathhouse, do you have any blackout drunk experiences?
I mean, I don't drink unless I'm playing for keeps. Like, I don't really casually drink. So anytime I'm really going there, I'm going there for the fullest. So yeah, I tend to black out pretty much every time I drink.
And
But I
you're
don't drink a
still
lot.
and
But
you're
yeah,
still on that that path. How old are you?
I am 37. Yeah.
37-year-old, still in it for the game, still going for
How
blackout.
often do you think that happens?
How often do I drink?
Or how often would you, yeah, do you like get that drunk?
Not that. Like probably once a month if I had to average it out across a year. It's really just kind of during football season. I don't drink a ton outside of football season, but
Mm.
when I'm in the shits, yeah, I'm fucking going through a fifth of bourbon on a Sunday for sure.
I can relate to that. You know what? After
Yeah.
Max Fish closed, my drinking has slowed down significantly.
Yeah,
Yeah, more
is a
of
very
a
good Mark Razzo is a very good bartender.
Yeah. And it would be like if you have nothing to do, you'd be like, I don't know, let's just go to the fish. So you
yeah.
like instead of going home or finding something more meaningful to do.
Who is your favorite Max Fish employee?
Probably this guy Shannon,
Shannon. Yeah, fuck
big
yeah.
husky black.
Yeah, yeah, I know Shannon.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was great.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sick.
He's awesome.
I wonder if we might have been in rooms together over the years.
When did you leave New York?
I moved out full time. I moved to Belgium in 2019.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I
It's been a
was
while.
yeah, from 2020 or from 2021 till it closed, I was spending some time at Max Fish. And then the new one, did you ever go to the new Max Fish that they'd opened?
Not. Yeah. Are you talking about the Bacaro, like the little
No.
downstairs?
No,
Oh,
that yeah, Alon Spot is cool. Baccarat.
yeah,
You still live in New York City,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I live in Brooklyn.
Okay. All right, cool. Oh man.
BK.
But yeah, so talking about the crooked guest pros, fucking Mark gave fucking Tino Razzo a guest pro.
I know our boards came out at the same time.
So he gave
Or,
Tino a guest pro, and then he just like, well, I guess did he think he was doing you a favor by showcasing your painting?
well, he didn't give him. They were both art boards. They were
Oh,
both guest artists.
oh, I thought it
They
was a
came out
guest
at the same time.
pro board. Oh,
Yeah, it was that.
are we pulling up the board on the side there?
That's the one I did. And
That's
then
nice.
me and Tino's came out at the exact same time.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us about this painting, or do you want to talk about a different painting?
I can talk about it. I don't know. I was really into painting people swimming at the time. I don't really when I'm not really a graphic designer at all. So when they approached me to do the board, I was like, okay, I don't. I usually just paint things that I find interesting. not, I don't know how they can translate to a skateboard deck, but so I did this one. I was into like painting people underwater at the time, and I just put like a Markins MG tattoo on her arm, and yeah, that's about it.
Can you tell me, was this
And
oil? Was this acrylic?
it's oil paint.
Oil paint
Yeah,
on
yeah,
canvas?
yeah, oil on canvas. I
How
have
big
it in
was,
my room.
oh
I
yeah?
almost was gonna paint over it the other day, but I didn't.
How big is it?
Uh, it is, well, it's like the size of a board.
Okay, so
So
it's
I
got
kind
same
of think,
dimensions.
yeah, it's the same dimensions exactly.
All right. What's your favorite aspect ratio for like watching videos?
I don't know.
Like, do you like 16 by 9 or do you prefer like the 4 by 5, like the old televisions, more of a square?
uh, no, I like whatever the first one. I never really thought about it before, to be honest.
16 by 9. I kind of prefer the vertical phone these days for skateboarding. I think it actually makes the most sense, like when you actually see the whole
Uh,
body. Like,
yeah.
a lot of people prefer 4 by 5 and some people like 16 by 9. Is it 16 by 9 or 6
Mm.
by 9? Can one of you guys correct me? What is it?
16
16
by
by
9.
9.
16 by 9. So it's 9 by 16 when it's vertical, is that correct?
I think so. Yeah, that makes
Correct.
So
sense to me.
the width goes first. Okay, cool. Um,
Hmm.
okay, so that's oil on canvas. And how much paint do you think you use? Like, can we talk about like budgets? Like when you're painting, like when you went to paint that, like, did you go and buy new paints or buy new brushes or buy like
No, it just
rags?
depends on what I had already and what I need. I probably had all this stuff already, so
But paint is
I feel
really,
bad because I used. Hmm?
but paint is really expensive, isn't it?
Well, I was just about to say I feel bad because I used to go to this little mom and pop art store, but now I've been going to Blick, which is like the Whole Foods of, the Home Depot of art stores. So,
Hmm.
but it's like a tube of paint there is like $2.50 compared to like $12. So it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, I've heard paint can be really, really expensive. Like I remember talking to a friend of mine. Did you ever skate the Monument Spot on the Upper West Side?
I think I've been there once.
It's like the curved curbs.
Maybe not actually.
Anyway,
Maybe
Sailors
not.
and Soldiers Monument. This kid Zach skates there, or he skated there with this kid Zach all the time. And he's going to RISD now, Rhode Island School of Design, and
Yeah.
he's in the painting program. And I was talking to him last summer about like why doesn't he come to Europe and like just paint for a few months or something. And he was like, yeah, I'll have to like smuggle paint in or something. And I remember him saying that, was like he was going on about how expensive it was to buy paint in Europe versus America or something. I don't know. I hear that with
I could
tattooists.
imagine that's true. If it
Yeah,
wasn't for Blick, I would be like probably not. Yeah, I would be suffering in that
not
regard.
painting as much.
Yeah, exactly.
And
But yeah, I mean, they have their own products. They sell their own brushes, their own paints. So and then they're super cheap. So
hmm. So
I had to go corporate on.
I have this NDA here from Vans, but I don't do NDAs. So can you tell us about this? Let's talk about Vans.
Yes, they approached me to do a collaboration art shoe, kind of like the board, with like
Hmm.
so. Yeah, it's my art on the shoe, as an artist, not a skater, and which I think is ironic because after 30 years of skating, the thing that got my name on a skateboard shoe was art,
Did you ever skate for Vans?
not
Did you ever
crooked grinds.
frontside crooked
Crooked grinds
grinds?
are not going to get your name on a shoe unless you're flipping into them or out of them on big rails and shit.
Did you ever skate Vans when you were skating? Because I can't remember like if I ever saw you in Vans.
Yeah, definitely. When Mike Carroll was on Vans for a short period of time, I wore the sample size, so he would give me like all his samples. So I was definitely running those pretty hard, and I always like loved the Chukka boots, loved you know,
So what
loved
year?
all the.
When did you first go to EMB? Do you remember like how old you were and what year it was?
Yeah, I went there in 1990.
1990. So
89 or 90.
were people already cutting cabs down full cab the Vans skate highs or the high cabs, were they already
The
cutting them
half
down?
cabs, yeah, the
Were
full
they cutting
cabs.
them down then yet?
I don't remember exactly when that started happening, but it was right around then, yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, you'd cut them down. You'd get these big baggy pants. You'd cut the pants, and then you'd have little ass wheels that were like 35 millimeter.
So
Nothing made any sense.
you don't seem too specific about it. You seem kind of like you're just kind of lumping it all together as like that was stuff people did, right? So you're not like, because I was thinking about like a lot of us grew up, a lot of people that listen are watching in the audience right now, they grew up with the half cab already being a shoe, whereas like we're old enough to like we remember when or we the half cab got like launched while we were going, and the half cab was a version, lower version of the original Steve Cab full model, right?
Right. I
Am
don't
I
know.
right or wrong?
It was super high, dude. Like the full cab, the regular
Yeah.
cab it's like a fucking boot.
Yeah, it was like
So
a sky topper. What do they call those? Sky.
yeah,
Sammy, what's it
exactly. It was
called?
like a
Sammy,
Musco Sky
what's it
Top.
called? A sky. What are those type of shoes called, Sammy?
The Muscos,
The Supras,
Yes.
Super
What's
the
it?
Sky
Sky
Top.
Tops.
Oh, it is a sky top.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
thank you, thank you. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, but then people cut it down, and I remember specifically seeing because I grew up on on the East Coast, but like I remember seeing like specifically like Mike Carroll or Turner, they were cutting it down the airwalks also, and then they would like put duct tape over the top where they cut, right? Like that was like a thing that was like important to do.
Yeah, I think that the full cab cutting down the cabs started as a function, and then it just became a thing that looks cool. People started
Yeah.
doing
What about can you do the straight eight?
the straight eight. What's that? I'm out of the loop.
No, dude, this is like it's the it's just some shit Trevor Colden invented, I guess. Never mind. Um Fuck, you really don't know what I'm talking about when I say the straight eight?
I don't know what it is.
It's the eight board flipping tricks where the board remains straight. So it's a kick flip, a heel flip, a nollie flip, a nollie heel
Mm.
flip, a switch flip, a switch heel, a fakie heel, a fakie kick flip. So the straight
I can
eight.
I can do all of them except I've never really was good at the nollie heels or the switch heels. For some reason, my
Okay.
foot doesn't really go that way. I don't know why.
I've never done a switch heel. I'm still chasing the straight eight. But some people seem to think that the straight eight has to be done in a row. But you don't seem to give a shit about the straight eight. So you don't, even though the straight eight maybe was invented in Embarcadero.
No, if it was invented then, I would have heard. I would know what that is.
Okay, so that
We didn't
wasn't
have any kind of structure. There was no structure in those days, and there was no like, there was no professionalism. We didn't look at skateboarding. It was more like guys these days are kind of like training,
yeah.
and we were kind of just like we were. I don't know. It was just you do it like you would do a trick once.
Yeah.
I
And
think
then move on to the next one.
guys like Mike Carroll, as long as you did the trick and you got it on film, or even if somebody that you know saw it and can say, I saw him do that, you might not ever even try that trick again.
Yeah. Do you
You know
have any
what I
tricks like that that you still think about? Like, what about that front blunt on the stage?
mean? I mean, I don't know. I'm not yeah, I don't like I did a switch flip tail slide once. You know how like Felipe Gustavo does it, like front side?
Hold
I did
on.
it once
Hold
and
on.
I like
Hold on.
never do it again.
Hold on. Sammy, do you know what he's talking about? Sammy,
No.
not.
Sorry.
Do you know what
I'm
he's
at
talking
work.
about? Not
In terms of what?
What's the name? Felipe Gonzalez.
I'm just thinking about a guy who does this trick, Felipe Gustavo. He does
Oh,
like switch flip, tail slide,
which one?
but he
Felipe.
does it every time.
Okay, but yeah, but you maybe
And
yeah
I
you
did that like once.
one time, yeah.
and that was enough for me because I was like, because we had a completely different mentality back then. Like you would, if you did something down the 7 stairs, it was like we looked at it as like, okay, I did that, it's off the list.
Sure.
As opposed to like nowadays, you'd be like, okay, let's go skate the steps and then like run through your list of tricks and then
What
keep doing it until you get consistently where you could do it every time.
were you ever confused with why they called it the 7?
No, I never really thought about it too much. It was just there was just that space in the middle that gave it an extra
Okay.
little step.
What's your favorite trick ever done down the 7? Besides my frontside 180 that I did in 1998. Besides that one.
Did you frontside 180 it in 1998?
Either
Damn.
98 or 99. I think it was 98. Like right before they tore it
Okay.
down.
I did a switchback 780 down it. I
Oh.
was pretty hyped on that.
Oh,
Uh,
chasing after Steve no, what's his name? Um
d- d- um,
Danny Sargent.
Danny Sargent. Yeah, he did it a lot better than I did. So. And I think my favorite trick might have to have been,
Switchback
I don't
180
know,
is such a cool
Carl.
trick though.
Thanks. Carl would like switch flip it. He would do that pretty consistently. I think he would. Oh, and this dude Leon Cole used to pop shove it all the time. Those like the
Okay.
only guy. They were the only 2 guys that would do the same trick over and over again. That was like his thing.
Yeah.
Like if he wanted to impress people, he'd go pop shove it the 7.
What about Danny Sargent? He also did a slappy on that ledge, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, on the big ledge on the side of it.
Yeah. So like, but he did it like I was trying to explain this to like the younger people of the Discord. Like from like I want to say like 1993 on, slappies were not allowed.
There was a lot of things. Slappies was one of them. There was a lot of
Not
things
allowed at all.
that were frowned upon in
But
those
let's
days. We had
but
a lot
let's
of rules.
Yeah, but let's talk specifically about slappies because Danny Sargent, who you just mentioned, did a switchback side 180. Danny Sargent was like, I don't know much about him. You might know him better. Let me just try to describe it. To me, as like a little Grom on the East Coast, he seemed like this like raw punk rock dude who didn't give a fuck. He skated. He seemed like he skated faster than anyone I'd ever seen, and he did tricks that weren't cool in my mind. But then when I watched his part, like 10 years later, I was like, oh damn, this dude like was ripping. And like me as a little
Yeah,
kid, I was more interested in like, what was going on with pressure flips and late flips and shit like that. So like watching his skating, it already seemed like old head stupid type of skating. But I remember him
right.
slapping that ledge and me and my friends all laughing about the fact that he's doing a slappy, like not realizing that like it was cool what he was doing. But even then, I think it probably wasn't cool anymore already. But then he still did. But then he switched back when he did the stairs. So like, what was Danny Sargent like? Oh,
Yeah,
this is the video up right now. What was he like?
yeah, he's fucking killing it. I don't know. We had this weird thing where these were like his way of skating was obviously respected, but it was kind of more of a like slash dog.
Yeah, it
It
was
was like the
Hessian. We called them
Hesh
Hessians, right?
versus Heck kind of thing. Yeah.
Which
So
was
we
the
would be
word.
kind of like, hmm?
Well, the word Hessian was hilarious too. Like to like, I don't know if you guys know, like a Hessian is like a metalhead, like a guy who like listens to fucking metal
Oh,
music.
right.
And it was a very specific type of like subgenre, subculture, and like every school had like one Hessian or maybe three or four, but like you never saw more than like five Hessians ever together, right?
Right,
Like
right.
they were always just kind of like around and like so. Do you know what a Hessian actually is? Like what the word means?
I think it's a soldier from like the Revolutionary War times.
I think it might be
Don't
older. I think
quote.
it's like a German, like, yeah, like a paid militiaman from like the fucking forests of Germany. Like, just
Yeah, 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 yeah,
this
exactly,
fucking lunatic for hire, like that you just like make like bow and arrow fodder for your army to protect your like
exactly.
infantry class. But yeah, Danny's. Oh, there's the switchback 180.
There's a
So
switchback to 180. I mean, this
and the
fucking
slappy.
part and the slappy.
Yeah.
This part is fucking incredible, and when you look back at it, you see the diversity and how all he's skating, he's going rails, fucking
Yeah.
curb,
And the
steps,
skating switch.
ramp,
And that might have been
skating switch.
but that might have been before it was even called a switch. That might have been a fakey nollie 180 at the time.
Right. But Danny definitely got his props, and it's not like
He didn't get
everybody
his
knew
props
he
from
fucking
me.
ripped.
Me and my friends used to
Yeah,
laugh at his part.
he's a legend. He didn't
Yeah.
get
Like, I mean, whatever. I was
yeah,
just I was just some fucking like 12-year-old kid in fucking Western Massachusetts, so it didn't matter. But it was just like, yeah, but it's just funny how like already I was already being shaped and told what was cool, and I don't even know why I was being told that, but like that was just like, yeah, that slappy was sick, and that was like probably one of the last
right.
slappies ever in a skate video until like who brought slappies back? Like Spanky,
Dude, you know
Jason
who I
Adams.
think who?
Jason
Jason
Adams.
Adams.
You know who I think was doing a lot of stuff like that too was Brian Anderson.
Yeah,
Little Wallies and no
yeah.
complies. I remember when he did that nose grind across the steps at on Mission Street, and then he did the no comply 360. And like at the time, people were not, even if it was like dorking around and fun. That was kind of like I don't know what happened in the '90s. It got real serious. Like everything had to be serious. Like there was no fucking around. It was like you had to be real tech or like real big rails, and like you couldn't just be. There was no expression in skating at the time. I feel like.
Yeah, and then at the same time you had Big Brother launch, which was like the most unserious magazine, right?
Yeah.
But that was coming out of
and
Southern California, right?
right. Well, there was a lot. The skating had to be serious. The personal lives were a shit show.
Yeah. Well,
Everybody was crazy.
it was all children. I mean, right? It was like all the old heads got pushed out, and it was just like literally like the children were all that we cared. Like I said, like you use Danny Sargent as an example, and I'm not trying to trash on Danny Sargent. Like Danny Sargent kills it. I'm talking about when I was a retarded 14-year-old. Like I was just like, this guy sucks. Like I want to see Armando
Right.
Bajas do like a 540 shove it out of a nose blunt slide.
Of course, your perspective at the time was, yeah, you wanted to see the wildest, wackiest, flippiest, bouncing off the ground type shit
Seemed like it,
because
yeah,
that's what was cool. That was cool to a 14-year-old. You didn't have taste yet.
for sure.
That's what
Do you
it
hear
was.
that?
You
Do you
didn't
hear
have
that?
good taste yet.
Do you hear that, Discorders? Children of the Discord, you don't understand taste yet at that.
I
So
almost, I almost had felt the same way about New York skating um, when I started seeing like New York. To me, it was very simple.
yeah,
Like all the
another 50,
guys and
another 50-50 grind.
yeah, it was like another 50, just it was just like raw, like ollie this thing, grind this thing. And because I was like watching Henry do like fakie 5-0, fakie flip out, and
Yeah.
Carroll was doing fucking kickflip nose wheelie, nollie heel flip. Javante's doing like 360 flip nose wheelies. And then so I didn't really get it.
No, but
But then
you're not wrong because again, like I remember seeing mixtape, like you know Anthony Clarville, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so like I used to skate in New York with Anthony Claravel and like and the Razos, what because the Razos were from Vermont, I was from Massachusetts, so like I would come down as a kid, and like stay at my mom's house on the weekend, and we'd like, so anyway I was skating in New York City as a young kid, and I remember like when they were filming for mixtape and seeing some stuff, and it was like it was cool, but there was still part of it that was like it always just felt budget and way shittier than like what was happening in like the girl video or like the H Street video, whatever, like the H like next, or like you know what I mean, like
right,
it like so I don't think you're wrong. I think there was a pretty big consensus at the time that Zoo York wasn't necessarily taken that seriously by a lot of people. I mean, there were people that thought it was cool, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people were kind of
right,
like these guys shouldn't be pro, like what the fuck,
right.
like, how is
I mean,
Harold
they were
Hunter
definitely
pro?
ripping. They were ripping in their own way. It was just hard to understand because I was in my little bubble and
Yeah.
used to seeing like tech dudes.
And
You
then they
know,
also had like again, like I'm not trying to disrespect any of these fucking people. I'm just trying to like put context to the situation because Danny Supo was like insanely talented. Like, did you ever skate with him lot in person?
I skated with him a couple times. He was living in LA for a while
Okay.
back in the day.
And were you impressed
Yeah.
with his skateboarding ability?
Yeah, he fucking rips.
Yeah, like he was out of control good. And he's in those videos as well, and just like so, like it wasn't like the talent wasn't there. And like Rodney Tor from New York? I don't know, but like yeah. So I'm
He
not.
was
That's
super tech.
yeah,
He was the only one that he was the New Yorker that kind of skated how we, in the way that we like to see skating at the time.
yeah. And then they had Anthony Correa, who was killing it, like style wise, and like looked really sick, and like would like yeah. So it's a weird thing. It's like I know exactly what you mean when you said that about Zoo York, because it's not even like a disrespect thing. It's just like it didn't feel up to par in some way, right? It felt like
Right. It
B
was just
League.
it was a different way of skating, which I didn't understand at the time. But then, years later, when I grew up a little bit, then I completely understood. It's some people just want to skate powerfully and fucking do cool,
But
stylish
look
tricks
at
that
the
make them look
screen. But look
stylish.
how he's dressed. Look at how Harold's dressed. Look at that
Right.
screen. Look at that
Exactly.
outfit.
Yeah. Like all this shit is super
That was a
fly. You
sick.
know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Hey, Not or Sammy. So tell me when mixtape came out, and then tell me when Underachievers came out. The Underachievers what was that video? The third video. Can you
What
check
was
that video?
that? Eastern
Eastern Exposure
Exposure.
3, Underachievers. Tell me when
Yeah.
that came out and tell me when mixtape came out, please. Because I'm just trying to like it's hard to remember numbers and dates and shit like that, right? But this stuff all does line up in this weird way. Which one came out first? Thanks for pulling that up. Um oh, I wanted to ask you about painting. Just let us know when you guys find out, please. Have you ever had to color mix to because you didn't have a color available?
Yeah, you kind of want to color. You want to mix every color. You never want to really use paint straight out of the tube
Okay,
because it just doesn't look.
I want to
Hmm?
pull someone up onto the stage and ask a question. Hey, Formula 420, can you please come up on the stage and speak with us for a second? You don't have to turn your camera on. You can just use your voice. Formula 420. Hey, can we hear you?
Yeah.
Hey, can you
I don't know.
tell?
Can you hear me?
You sound great. Can you hear him, Lee?
Yeah, what up, Formula?
What up?
Hey, Formula, can you tell Lee your story about when you made purple? And I want to know if like the same goes for painting as it does for what medium do you work in?
Glass. I blow glass.
Oh wow! So you
So,
made purple glass?
well, what I did to get some purple colors was there's a technique called fuming where it's not technically burning, but for simplicity, you burn the silver into the glass.
Hmm.
Um, and you use the right because I use a oxygen and propane torch. So
Hmm.
you get the right combination of oxygen, the right combination of propane, and then you spray that silver in there, and you melt it all in. And if you do it right, these silver crystals form in the glass that get all
Oh
these
wow!
colors, and you try to get purples out of it. So I guess to relate that to painting,
Well,
like,
no, sorry. Is this boring you? Is this boring you, Lee?
Not at all.
Okay, cool. So good. Thank you. Sorry, I'm sorry, Formula. Um, I thought what was cool, what was interesting was you said you'd been trying to make purple for how long?
a few years
Oh wow!
on and off. I'm a
And what
hobbyist. I just do it a
and
little bit, but
when
yeah,
did you
I've been
achieve
trying this technique for years.
when did you achieve purple?
What was that? When did I post that? A few weeks ago? Month
Oh, I
ago?
guess it
Two
wasn't that
months
big of a
ago?
fucking deal. You don't even remember when you did it. Okay. I was
I don't
So
know.
it
I've
took
been
you a
out of
few
town for a
years,
while. Time has escaped me.
but I think that sounds a lot more technical than. I mean, you can buy a purple tube and then like change the color. I don't think it can relate to painting very at all, but.
Are there any colors
That's
like that that you've heard of, like when you're mixing paints that like are like because formula you made it sound like purple was specifically this kind of like hard color to match in glass. Is that true?
Yeah, it's not many people get it.
Well,
I
you
was lucky
did.
to get one.
mm.
Yeah, I'm not
Congratulations.
consistent with it. There's some real OGs who can do it all day, every day.
All right, so that doesn't translate to
But
painting. You've not had a situation like that, then, Lee.
no, you can in painting. You can every color is achievable. You can make any color for the
Okay,
most part. Yeah.
I'm gonna move you back to the audience. Thank you very much, Formula. Thanks for that insight into color theory. Um, so you grew up in San Francisco, so you met Jake Phelps, right?
Yeah. I grew up in San Francisco. I lived in New York and Detroit for a few years when I was a kid. But
Oh
yeah, I knew
shit.
Jake Phelps when I was a
You lived in
yeah.
Detroit?
I lived in my mom was from Detroit. So I lived there in the 1987, 88,
Oh, okay. So
something like that.
before you were like really skating a lot.
Yeah, before I was skating.
Did you skate Detroit at
I was
all
just a
in
little
when you got older?
I've never been there as like a skater. I've never
Okay.
gone back since we left.
Ah,
No.
shit. I know Knott was getting a boner for a minute. He's from Detroit.
I was very all roads lead to Detroit. I was very excited.
I used to live in a bunch of little shitty towns. No offense if anybody's from these towns. One was called Inkster.
Oh, beautiful. You know it. You know it.
and I used to live in a town called Romulus,
Yup. Yup.
and then I used to live in Ypsilanti, which I think was closer to Ann Arbor.
Shout out to
Gorgeous. He knows them
Ypsilanti.
all. Yup. Romulus.
Yeah,
Ipsy is right by Ann Arbor, so it's right by like the University of Michigan over there, and Eastern
yeah.
Campus is over there. Romulus is pretty much just now an airport. Like that's all that's really over there. And Inkster is like
Uh.
a fucking a drive-through, like drive-through town. Like you just try to get the fuck through it.
I remember it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it has not gotten better.
I showed up as like a little California kid with like a little blonde afro, like, "What's up, guys?" And the kids were like, "Shut up!" and fucking punched me in the mouth. That's where I first started. Like, not that I was ever tough, but the idea of trying to be tough came to me when I lived in Detroit, and because these kids from my neighborhood, Mingo and Eric, I have no idea where they are, but they would try to make me fight kids. So the first time I ever got in a fight was in Detroit on Belle Isle, which
Relatable experience. Everyone has caught a fade on Belle Isle.
yeah. So I was trying to impress these kids, these two older kids that lived on my block. We went to Belle Isle, and a kid, he bumped into me on the slide, on the water slide, so I punched him in the face. But
Not
that was mine
not
trying to
tell
be
us about
tough.
when you got into a fight on Belle Isle.
It's just because now it's just a lot of drunk white people drinking and trying to enjoy their time there. So
Okay.
I try to avoid that entirely. But
Good work.
it's like a nice little state park. They try to have an aquarium there, because kids get bored, so they just go and gather. Like that's a
Yeah.
big thing.
Mm,
So you go there, and then activities happen. Not trying to indict
right.
myself, and then we leave. So
I get it.
You
I
live in
get it.
Detroit now?
yeah, I do.
Okay, nice.
Not also was a member. He was an athlete in the Discord Wars, and he skated in his driveway. So we got a glimpse of his life there. Oh wait.
In the
We lost
D.
them. Hold on.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
where'd he
was.
go?
Hold on, let me see if I can get him back in here.
There
I
we
think he
go.
accidentally moved himself to the stage. Okay, there we go.
I got a notification that someone I have blocked just entered the stage. So I
Oh
had
shit.
to. It's okay. It's okay. I block. We have some under 18 people in the server, and I block them during school days.
Um,
Out of respect for their studies.
but then I also lived in Queens for a couple years. We would always move back to SF.
All right.
Like,
I'm glad Not got some Detroit talk. I'm sure that makes him very happy. I'm I'm glad you guys got to relive your, what's it called, Belle Isle?
Yeah.
Belle Isle. It's beautiful. Sloan, you should come.
I've
Co-
only been to
co-
Detroit.
co-
I've been to Detroit one time in 1998 on my way to San Francisco. So yeah, I'm definitely due. I'm definitely due. So, um, so when you mentioned Mike Carroll, you mentioned we mentioned I that made me think about Jake Phelps. So because you're from San Francisco and Thrasher's from San Francisco and Mike Carroll, was Mike Carroll like the first Sodi party that you went to when he won Sodi? Do you remember what year he won Sodi?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was '94.
Okay. And
Don't quote me on that.
did you go to the party?
Hell yeah, I went to the party. If you can, I think you can see me up on stage next to him,
Oh,
or like in
sick.
the
That big
background.
photo where they're all standing there. Okay.
Yeah,
So, do you remember who was Sodi before Mike won it?
I don't remember specifically, but maybe it was maybe Danny Way or something. I think
Sure.
Danny Way got it like twice.
Wait, did you guys pull up Dumb Data's Sodi video? Is that Dumb Data's Sodi video?
no, I can
Oh,
if you want me to.
Yeah, pull up Dumb Data's Sodi video. It's pretty good. Do you know who Dumb Data is, Lee?
I've watched a couple of his videos on YouTube,
Okay, which one?
but
He
it gets a little too much for me. It's like how many kickflips were done in the fucking
No, no, let's
like
keep
I don't
going.
know,
Let's keep going. What else do we hate about Dumb
famous
Data's a
state or
member of
something.
the Discord. I wish he was here. Can someone fucking at Dumb Data and get him fucking in here, man? Dumb Data needs to be we're collecting data right now, and he's not fucking here to collect this data. So he made this video where he goes through like all the best all the Sodies, okay? And I think it's his best video he's ever made. But there's also some issues with it because he wasn't there. So he's going back looking at the footage, and he specifically says like Salman Agha doesn't make sense based on what he understands. And I tried to explain to him, yeah, but if you were there when Salman was doing all this stuff, like it was really cool and exciting and blah blah blah. That's why like skate video parts weren't as important as they are at a certain point. Like right, because when Mike Carroll won, skate video parts weren't even important. They were like we didn't realize how important they were. They were great and we watched them, but we didn't understand that this is how you make your mark, right? Like
Right.
you just made a video because that's what you did, because that's how you document skateboarding, right?
Right.
But like
Yeah.
it wasn't until like the early 2000s where like everyone was like, "Oh shit, you need a video part because then you get a shoe and then you get to do this stuff," right? So like when Mike won it in 94, it was off the bat of it was after questionable, right? So was it the girl video out at the time?
I don't know. Maybe the girl. It
Because
might have been out. Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
because
the
questionable
goldfish was
came out
out.
in 92. Um, so
But
I would have
Salman Agha was like way ahead of his time. He was doing tricks and skating switch and nollie like before, and skating super powerful in a time when people were like flipping their boards, bouncing off the ground. He was like switch
yeah,
ollieing over like crazy things, and he was definitely innovative. I think he
I
definitely
do too.
deserved to be
I do too.
skater of the year.
But that's why I wanted to ask you about it because and look at that face, man. What a fucking beautiful guy Salman was.
Yeah.
Um so like when Mike won it, like it wasn't, I mean, it was a big deal, but like it was probably a big deal to you because it was your homie.
Yeah, we kind of felt like we all won. Like he was like, EMB guy and also a close friend within the crew, so it was like he was representing us in a way.
Yeah. And nowadays, and then after Mike, then it started to become like around like 97, 98. That's when it became like a thing that you want to win. Like that was when it was like I feel like before that, before like 98, before 99, like when I don't know, maybe like when Chris Cole won it for the first time or something, or when Danny Way won it for the second time. That might have been the moment, at least to me, where it was like, oh, this is like a real thing that you should get if you're going for it, right? Like Brian Anderson had that cool
Right.
cover where he's like sitting on like the Cash Money record, the Cash Money photo. You know what I'm talking about,
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was sick.
right? And Reynolds
Or
won
he's
it
sitting
like.
on the throne.
Yeah, it was like Brian Anderson won it, and he won it because he won all those contests out in Europe, right? Like, so it's like
Yeah.
so he didn't win it because of a video part. He won it because he won those three contests or something, right? And then like Andrew
I agree
Reynolds,
with you. at that time when Mike won it, I think it was just like you. He was just there was. I don't. I highly doubt he was ever like I'm going for Skater of the Year this year. Like he wasn't
No,
pushing for it
no.
at all. But then, now it's a thing. Like I'm trying to get it. Like
100%.
you know,
It's like a thing because you
people.
know you're going to get paid. You're going to get like 30,000 extra Instagram followers. You're going to get a fucking like yeah, it's like it's a part of like a trajectory that like will help you and your family for the rest of your life. Um which is
Yeah,
crazy, right?
yeah, I
Like but
guess so.
no, that's exactly like that's
Will
why
it
they
help your
gave it.
family?
That's like literally why they gave it to Jocelyn. Oh, he's got two kids and he's got divorced and he really needs this. It's like that's literally what I heard people telling me. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with winning Sodi? Like, why the fuck you having two kids should come into the play when like Simon Bannerot put out fucking 15 minutes of like amazing skate footage that was like really cool to watch. And he'll skate with any fuck. I mean, sorry, Simon. I thought Simon should have won Sodi. Obviously, I don't know.
He fucking rips.
Dude, he's so fucking
That
good.
dude is so good.
And like, I'm sorry, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I've never thought Girl was a cool company. I've always been like, it never resonated with me. But like the fact that he skates on Girl and he skates for like Volcom and fucking Asics, and he's in all these different videos, just getting in the. He just seems like the guy that can get in any fucking van and hang and produce footage.
Right,
And you want and you're not gonna like be annoyed with him, right? Like he seems
right.
like that's the Sodi. Could
Like a
you
solid dude. Yeah.
could you imagine being in a van with Jocelyn?
I mean, I don't know anything about that guy. I heard he's not to get political, but I heard he's pretty Trumpy. But I don't know.
I mean, there is a pretty funny meme. Can one of you guys pull up that meme of like the pictures of all the people that were like voting for? I don't know. It's just, yeah. Um. Well, all right. You know what?
MAGA skaters.
Do you have any
Maybe
questions for?
Jenkem should do an article about that. Max
What's
skaters for
Jenkum?
MAGA. They should do an article called "Skaters for MAGA" and just
What what's Jenkum?
expose all the. Oh, it's that Jenkem magazine.
Like that fake drug that like those kids tricked the newscaster with?
That's what it. I guess that's what it comes from. Originally what it comes from. Yeah.
I'm just being deceitfully. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. No,
No,
I
I got you.
I stopped watching Jenkum content like 6 years ago. I just realized it's bad
I
for my
picked I
it's
picked up on that. Maybe there was a little beef there or something.
it's not even a beef. It was just like I just got to a point where I was just like, dude, these motherfuckers just make clickbait. And it's just like I'm reading this stupid article about like I mean, whatever. More power to people. Like, look, it's more Jenkum for other people to enjoy. You know, it's like
Yeah.
do you like oysters?
Do I?
Yeah,
Is that a question for me?
it's
Yeah,
an
I like
honest
oysters.
question. You like oysters, okay?
Yeah.
So have you ever ordered oysters at a restaurant and like you have certain people that are like, "Ooh, I don't want any," and you're like, "How?" Like you. So let me explain this to some of the poor motherfuckers in here who don't go and have like seafood towers like me and Lee do when we go out in New York City. When we
With
order the
white
sea,
wine.
yeah, when we order the seafood tower, you know, you always have that person who's sitting at the table is like, "Ooh, I don't know if I want to get the seafood tower because I don't like oysters." And you're like, "Great, more for me to eat. Awesome. Like, I don't care."
Right.
Like, so if the fact that I think Jenkum is like not viable content to consume or watch, if you enjoy it, go ahead. Like, that's more Jenkum for you to enjoy without me. Like, so and yeah, it's not even beef. It's just like, do you enjoy Jenkum? I don't know. Like, I know you interviewed Ian. Like, what did you think of him?
They have some. Yeah, yeah. I think he comes up with some pretty interesting, interesting ideas sometimes.
All right. Good, good, good. I'm glad you see you're less see now I feel like a hater. Great. I thought we were gonna like you know
Mutually hate.
well, we don't have to mutually hate,
Yeah.
but like is there anyone you want to hate on? Do you want to be do you want to have a YouTube upload forever ingrained in time with you hating on somebody? I mean, I you don't have to. I don't care. We'll talk about nice stuff as well, but like
Nah. If
yeah,
something
okay.
comes up naturally,
Well, here we go. Let's
I'll.
talk about some names. Okay. Well, what do you think of when you hear this name? Let's go to my list. Let's go to my list, guys. Does anybody want to come up and ask some questions to Lee while I find my list of skaters that I had for this? Anyone? Okay. All right. Let's start with this.
Yeah, I actually got a few questions.
I asked if somebody wants
Sure.
to come up. Not. You've already. Can we ask one of the fucking audience members first, not, and then you
Yeah,
can ask a
I
question?
mean they have questions. They got tons.
Okay.
Oh, they
Let's.
do?
All right. Let's bring some people up,
Hey,
please.
Mr.
Yeah,
Smith.
What's up? What's up?
One at a time,
we've
guys.
heard
One at a
some.
time.
I'll let the German
Sorry,
guy go first.
I'm
He's
not German.
Austrian.
You American.
He's
Hello.
Canadian.
We've talked.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've talked about shoes a bit already, and since you talked about Mike Carroll, how do you feel about the like current, eh, how should I call it, what happened to Lakai the last few years? Have you
Uh,
followed it? Or have you noticed
yeah,
what's
yeah, of
happened?
course. It's one of those things where I'm good friends with them, but I don't really know the exact details of like how the business is run behind closed doors. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's super fucked up that happened to them. It seems weird that you could create a brand and like basically have a baby and raise this baby, and then somebody can just take it from you. But I mean, I guess that's business, and those are the decisions that they made. So I definitely don't know all the ins and outs of how they got to that point, but it does seem weird to see. Like I like Bastion, I like um, all the dudes at Joslin. I guess they ride for the team, and it just seems weird that they like skate for Lakai, but it's not the same Lakai. But I mean, more power to them, get their money or whatever.
Yeah,
But
because when I started skating, I skated a lot of Lakai as well, and then like I noticed, oh, who is skating for Lakai, and then I saw these dudes. So like the sudden switch of people was also kind of weird. But like from what Luis, who is like owning Lakai now, what he said, like his side of the story was that somebody like I don't know who, a corporate
No,
company bought
do,
it,
wait,
and
wait, 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 wait.
and then he
Lee,
bought it
Lee, do
from
you,
them.
Lee, do you even know what he's talking about? Like this guy Lewis?
yeah, I know of a
You
guy.
don't
Does he
have to
like
know
live in
about it.
Hawaii or something?
No, exactly. It's just some YouTuber that like that like supposedly own. Dude, we don't want to talk
Oh, I
about
don't
Lakai. Can we ask a next? I'm sorry. Can we get another question?
So
know.
good.
Nice to talk to you, man.
Yeah, I guess I got a quick question for you. This one's nice and easy. We're big fans of the Nine Club over here. Um,
Sick.
huge
I'm a big
fans.
fan of the Nine Club Discord.
Huge, especially the Discord as well. Yeah, me too. Mr. Smith, um, how would you rank? I'm guessing you've done a few podcasts. I know you did your Nine Club one. How would you rank this experience compared to those other ones? Do you
I feel
feel at
like
ease, or
I feel
do
like
you
this
feel?
is a much easier. This is like those other ones are. I mean, Nine Club is chill, but it's a little more nerve wracking.
Yeah, yeah, that's understandable too. I
This is
mean,
kind of just like we're just kicking it and like hanging out and fucking shooting the shit.
Watching skate videos, talking to
Yeah.
Austrians about fucking like Luis, who is part owner of Lakai now.
And there's no there's like this is like just free kind of freestyling, you know. There's not like a certain structure that you
Do
got
you
to
want me to
follow
apply
and
the pressure, Lee? Do you want me to make this more stressful for you?
then a quick behind the scenes question for the Nine Club. As a huge fan, I want to know, do they screen questions past you, or do they tell you what they're going to talk about?
no,
Damn.
not at all. Didn't
Okay.
not for me anyway. I don't know. I don't even know if they no offense to them. I don't even know if they like do their homework or anything.
They definitely don't. They definitely don't. And offense to them,
There's
dude.
no
That
fucking
they're
past you.
blowing it, man.
I feel
Like,
like they just flow off the top of the head, maybe.
yeah, yeah.
But it works.
They don't bring people like to this to the like, hey, guy, you got a question for Lee Smith, guy? Guy, unmute
Sorry.
yourself.
Wait, is he? Where is he from in New York?
Oh, come
I
on,
live in
guy.
Brooklyn.
We've been over this multiple times. This is your fucking question. Come on, ask another
I,
question, guy.
I live in Brooklyn in Bed-Stuy.
Of course. You know Melissa? A skater, girl skater. Um,
I don't know.
big curly hair.
Nah, I don't think I know. Does she live in Bed-Stuy too?
Yep.
No, I'm a little out of the loop though. I'm old now, so I don't really be
Okay,
knowing
okay.
like skaters, young skaters.
Guy, why don't you ask him about like what his if there's a machination of a specific truck brand he enjoys?
Uh, no. I have to
You don't want to
study.
ask that. Um,
May
does
I
anybody
ask
want
one
to ask?
question?
Yes, please, nomads. Please ask. Put your camera on, nomads. Come on, let Lee see who he's talking to. You guys, jeez, you're so fucking rude.
All right, I can do that in like 1 minute. But first, I just
What?
gotta ask, what's name your price to be bought out to GMGC? Join the GMGC squad and leave the Nine Club behind.
He's already left the nine club. Come on.
Well, what's his price to be on our team full time? Because I really like this guy's vibes. He's happy, got his
Thanks,
knowledge.
man.
You know, we need another
I
source
mean,
of authority besides Sloan.
sick. Yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm down. Let's go. I'm
Well,
ready to
he's a
rock.
member of the Discord now, so we'll see if if he taps in and keeps tabs on what's going on in the Discord. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We have Alex Olson as a member of the Discord. Jeline is a member of the Discord. We have not seen those either of them. I mean, let me text Alex right now and remind him I'm on. Can someone else ask a question while I talk to my good friend Alex Olson?
I got a question about your art board, Lee.
Sure.
What was the process from going from, a painting to adding the tattoo to actually getting it onto the board? What did you send to Crooked?
I mean, for me,
You know
it
what I
was
mean?
super. Yeah, for me, it was super easy. I just conceptualized and painted the did the art and then just sent them a high res photo, and like my job was done after that. So it was pretty simple. I didn't have
All
to
right,
do
just
much.
a high res photo. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. I was just wondering. Also,
Yeah.
can I ask a question about Menace?
Yeah, of course.
So I think now, whenever anybody talks about Menace, it's always like seen the skaters are seen as like scary. So were you guys actually scary?
Uh I definitely wasn't scary. I wanted to be in my mind. I thought I
Uh huh.
wanted to be a gangster, but I wasn't.
Were you
Kareem,
at this? Wait,
he's
were you at the Staten Island demo?
what happened there? Did something happen there?
No, there was a demo in Staten Island. It was my first time I ever went to Staten Island was to go see this Menace demo. LeVar McBride was there, but he didn't skate for Menace. But LeVar McBride cried because Rodney Torres won like the best trick contest, and like he was like crying about it at the Brooklyn Banks later. Which I saw him like literally
I,
not crying, but he was just like motherfucker, why you get it? You know, it was just like it was funny.
I was on that tour. I was on that tour. Yeah, that was the East Coast tour. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Fabian's been to prison. Stephen Callis has been to prison. Um,
Right.
Kareem, he grew up around a lot of gangsters.
No, Stephen Callis was for real. I mean, I didn't know Fabian, but Stephen Callis is from the East Coast, and like my friend has the funniest story of Stephen Callis coming into this like high school party when he was like way too old to be there, and he just started eating popcorn out of my friend's lap, like, and he was like super fucking stressed out that this like 22-year-old man was like just fucking like pounding all the popcorn out of his fucking lap.
Yeah, and I wouldn't. We weren't really. We were just kids from the inner city. That's all. Like, you know.
Yeah. Me and my
But
friends thought you guys were super cool. We were kids from like Denver suburbs. So yeah, you had
um,
us beat for sure. But
like when they're
last
when
one,
we're
last one.
what's
Oh,
that?
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
When
ahead.
we're they're like beat. There's like that in the beginning of the one of the Menace video, like where they're like fighting a dude and like beating him up at Lockwood.
Yeah.
That was just like
Yeah.
our friend.
Yeah.
So
That was
You
fake.
do your friends sometimes.
it was they weren't like really beating the shit out of him. They were just hurt. They were just torturing him how kids torture other kids. Like
Can we pull
Yeah.
up the Menace trilogy section? Trilogy Menace.
yeah,
Trilogy video Menace. Yeah, you know, that was a good question. Thank you for that, Mad
that was a
Party.
good question.
Yeah, because I remember me and my brother and our friends, we would watch that video and we were trying to decide if it was real or not. And we were like, that's fake. They're not really fighting him. Look, he's pretending to kick him. Like we
It
analyzed that
wasn't.
shit.
They were just. We were. He was just a guy, a friend of ours that used to get tortured a lot.
Mm,
That's what it was.
Yeah, we
But they're
had one
not
too.
really beating the shit out of him. That's what. That's all.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you for
Okay,
Yeah,
that
last
Fabian
one.
question.
still on?
Fabian was gnarly though. Fabian was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
His family is really from like one of the biggest gangs in LA, and you know
Right.
he got involved in a lot of crazy sketchy shit.
Thank you for that
Last
question.
one. Are
Oh, you
you
got
in
one
the
more?
Enter the Boomslang picture?
Nah, man, I didn't make it into that one.
All right.
I know I was too young. I
All right.
wasn't around.
All
Yeah,
That was
right.
that was
unfortunately.
Thanks,
before you
man.
got on
Appreciate
Menace,
it.
right?
I was maybe just got on, but I was up in SF and those guys were down in LA, so I didn't make it down to that one.
All right. Does anyone have a question right now? Because otherwise, I'm going to do some name association. Anyone got a question?
Yes, I do. It's a more Menace question, actually.
All right.
So,
All right.
Jonah Hill, he made that movie mid '90s.
Hello.
Did he come to you
Yeah.
guys at all, or maybe just you at all about anything for inspiration or any of that? Because he said his inspiration was Menace and all that type of stuff. So I was curious if he ever came to you guys to talk about it.
He didn't come to, not that I know of, but I do know that Aaron Meza was hired as a consultant for the movie.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think that, Meza was kind of helped him out with all of that stuff. But
Was
yeah, I
Mesa
never,
involved with Menace at all?
he wasn't involved with Menace, but he was just around and filmed all the FTC videos and
Yeah.
was kind of, yeah.
And
I
you,
saw you. I saw you bumped into Bobby Pulio the other day. He's a friend of the podcast. He has a hidden episode of the Good Morning General Chat podcast. It's too hot for YouTube. It's only available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Oh shit. Yeah, yeah. I bumped into him yesterday. It was good to see him. I haven't seen that dude in ages.
Yeah, I tried to get him to come on and ask you some questions as well. Thanks for that question,
Mm.
Not. Anyone else have a question? Gabe, I see you're
Yeah,
unmuted.
I got a quick one. Lee, were you living in New York on September 11th?
No, I was in LA. I was living with Stevie Williams in LA.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm from LA. No, okay. Nice. 9/11 has come up organically in several of the other several of our other podcasts. So I figured I'd ask just to see if we
Oh,
could connect it again.
yeah, no, no. I remember that day though. It was fucking nuts. And
Yeah, because you guys
I was
you
living with
guys wo-
Stevie.
you guys woke up to the world changed, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then obviously I thought that the LA was gonna start blowing up and
Yeah,
they were
man.
gonna
Why did they
poison the
stop?
water
That's
and
what.
all this shit.
Oh shit, we have a question from. Are you familiar with the YouTuber Fusili Grind, Lee?
I'm familiar with the name.
Okay, Fusili,
What's
do you
up,
have a
Lee?
What's up?
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on the show. I've been
Yeah, of course.
tapping in with the
Fusili? Can you put
GMGC.
your camera on, please, man? Come on, just like it's a little bit weird to be.
Yeah. Hold on, I can do it. Let me just see. I got
I'm
the
sorry,
cats with
Lee.
me right now. Oh, that's
We
my.
love
How do
cats.
I
Are
turn
you a
it
cat
around?
person, Lee?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I'm a cat
cat,
person.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Nice.
and there's another cat
Cute.
sleeping there.
Oh, look at
Cute.
those
Cute.
guys.
Let me see. How do I do this shit? Yo,
There's
so
Fusili.
I was gonna say I was a big fan of Mission Statement when you were
Oh,
doing
thanks.
it, and just like, are there any plans to bring that back at any point, or is it just permanently on ice? Was it too much of a hassle? Like, what's up
It
with
was a
that?
So we were doing it on our own, and then which was always a lot of work. And then Vans, I was doing it on that Vans channel, channel
Oh, okay.
66. But
Yeah,
then, which was really nice because they provided a studio and a fucking all the things that come with that, so we could just show up, do the episode and leave. But then once that channel ended, like I just haven't had the I don't want to go back and do it and rent a studio and all that stuff
for
like that.
sure. Yeah, the production value was super high. If for those of you guys in the chat who haven't seen it, go check out. Oh yeah, there it is. Sammy put it up
Yeah,
there, but or not put it
thanks.
up there. Thanks. But yeah, I thought it was a dope show, and so I don't know if there's like maybe it's do something with Sloan or something, but I just feel like you had a good voice and had interesting people on,
Oh,
and
it's a
yeah, I don't
big
know.
Thanks,
inspiration.
man.
It was a big inspiration to me starting a podcast for sure. Um,
Oh, yeah.
but like it was one of those things where it just lived in my brain because I didn't even realize I remember watching all those episodes when they were coming out, and then it's like, and then when I started talking to you when you called me that day after Jolene connected me with you, like I was like, holy shit! Like this I forgot how fucking good this podcast was. Like you have the best skateboarding podcast ever made.
Yeah, it was
You
kind of
think
like the
so?
first cool
100%.
skateboarding
No,
podcast.
it's the best skateboarding
Damn.
podcast ever made. I mean, what's better? Vent City better? Is mostly skateboarding better? Like, what's better than the mission statement?
Yeah, I'm with you. There was that shit Jamie Thomas tried to do that was pretty dusty.
What did he
Yeah.
do?
He kind of was biting mission statement. I thought he had kind of like the white studio thing. He did like 2 episodes and then
Really?
dipped.
Well,
Yeah, not
here's what's
worth it.
crazy about it. Mission statement is number one in my opinion. And
Damn, thanks.
and I wanted to talk to you without even thinking that you did that. But like in hindsight, like what you guys did, like Fusili brings it up, like the production value, like how you guys set it up, like just like the guests you chose, everything about it was perfect, was done well. Um, Number two is Weekend Buzz by
Mm.
the
Ooh.
Ride Channel, with the great Erica Yari. Were you ever on Weekend Buzz, Lee?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Active Erica?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think it's active Erica Yari, right? So
Oh,
she was the host, and
yeah.
she had this fucking loser of a co-host called Robert Brink. Have you ever heard of this guy?
Yeah, I know that guy. I know of
Oh,
that guy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you like him?
I just know his name. I don't know him personally.
Okay. Well, he's she was great on that show. If you've ever watched it, like she's so fucking good, and she's stuck with this fucking putz of a co-host, and it like ruins the whole fucking show. But it's still the second best podcast of skateboarding podcast of all time. I like to think GMGC is currently number three. Um, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
What about the
I
bunt?
think I think GMGC is on top right now for stuff that's
Above
out
mission
right
statement,
now.
that's crazy. No, a mission
Well,
statement
no,
is
no, no, for stuff that's out right now.
oh current. Oh, you prefer it. Thank you,
Yeah, yeah,
Facili. Thank you, Facili.
yeah,
That's
man.
nice.
Hey, listen.
Um, the bunt is
Cool.
also the bunt is good, but the problem with the bunt is all the sports shit just bums me out. And it's like they've had some great moments, like respect to the bunt, top five for sure, top five for sure. But like
Yeah, they're
there's
killing it.
but then also like when they sold out to Vans, like the quality and like the reality just kind of went fucking downhill, like super hard. I saw the same thing happen with
They're
quarter snacks. Like it
they're a
happens
little
with these.
compromised.
It totally happens, and it's
Mm.
like and
Compromise. That's a good word.
and I don't even want to like put shade on them because it's like whatever, get the bag, do your thing. But like you fucking see it when it happens. Like like as soon as Quarter Snacks started getting Nike money, they fucking started like they just changed a little bit. And then the same thing happened with Bunt. As soon as they started getting those Vans checks, um,
Mm.
just shit just started getting weird. I don't know.
It just
But
changed.
I
You know
don't
what
know.
I
That's
want to say though?
yeah. Please say
It's
it.
crazy for the mission statement. How many people told me no? Like I would have had
And
if during the time that we were actually active and filming, if all the people that I wanted or that I asked to be on would have came on, I probably would have had like 40 or 50 or at least 45, 50 more episodes. But
Well, it's not.
people and
It's not.
I
But
realize that people hmm?
no, I mean it's hard to get guests on, man. It's like thank God you're coming on today because like I've been trying to fucking get guests on for I mean also my associate producers are fucking useless. Like no you know how many people have helped me get guests? How many Fusili, have you listened to have you watched all of the Welcome to the Discord GMGC episodes?
I watched the one with Alex.
Alex was the first
I
one.
watched the one with Steve Rodriguez.
Steve
That was a
Rodriguez
good
and
one.
Jillian was the second one. Jillian is how
Okay,
she got me Lee. I got myself
Yeah.
nice.
Steve. I got myself Alex. Like I've
Dude,
got
Sloan,
fucking
nobody's gonna do it for you, man. You're
I'm
preaching
not
to the
asking
choir right now. Yeah, I got to
No,
fucking. Nobody knows who I am. I got to cold call everybody.
yeah, but Fusili, you're doing it, and like, so respect to you. But like, but dude, I've got like 200 motherfuckers in this Discord, like, and they're all being like, "Yo, you should talk to Wecking Ball. Yo, have you ever thought about talking to Andy Anderson? Like, what?" And I'm just like, "Yes, line it up, talk to him. Like, let's fucking do it.
I could probably plug you in with Wick.
I don't
I
care.
got some
Like,
people in
I'll talk to
Jersey.
anyone. I'm talking to Lee Smith. He's not even a fucking professional skateboarder. Like, I'll talk to any fucking washed up retard, like, who will sit here and talk to me. I mean, no offense, Lee. I mean, like, I appreciate your time, and I think
All
it's
right.
fuck. It's stressful doing a
I like
podcast.
the
That's what I'm
word
saying.
retard.
Don't listen to him, Lee.
I didn't mean to call you
We're
the
gonna
R
make
word.
you the new host of this shit. We're gonna get Sloan out of here. He's being
Whoa,
disrespectful.
man.
I think we're gonna
It's gonna be a
overthrow him. We're
mutiny.
gonna make you the new guy.
I mean, I
A
hope
It's
so.
mutiny.
that quick.
Lee will be able to get some better guests than I can get at this point. I mean,
I don't know,
Let's get the
man. It was tough.
Rolodex.
It's
yeah,
fucking tough,
it is
dude.
tough. It is tough. So
It's
think
tough to
like,
get anybody to show up for anything, especially skaters.
yeah,
Yes,
and
and
Like,
I
you know,
realized that they'll anything that like is not a yes is a no. Like, oh, I've even heard one of them. I heard was like, oh, I would love to, but I'm just like bummed because I just broke up with my girlfriend. That was one of the reasons. It was just like, and so if you're not providing me with an alternative to like, I can't do it this week, but how about in 2 weeks or 3 weeks? Then that's a no. You're basically saying no.
it is funny about how it's like. All right, so we have Fusili does like he's an amazing YouTuber, and he has guests come on. Like, I was lucky enough me and Sammy got lucky enough to come on at one of his streams once. How did we do? How did me and Sammy do on your stream? Sammy, unmute yourself, please. Put your
I
camera on.
thought you
Stop being
guys were
so
great on
rude.
the stream.
You
You
appreciated
guys,
it.
you guys hijacked my
What's
whole
up, Sammy
shit. What's up,
Baked? Look
Sammy?
at Sammy Baked. That's my AP Sammy.
Annie Baked, what up? Nice hair, dude.
Yo,
Yeah, so we all know what it's like to like
Um,
try to like line guests up and like make shit happen. It's super fucking annoying. And some of these like, yeah, and then you get the like, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're dealing with it the
who,
same way I'm dealing with it.
Lee? Who's the one guest you couldn't get that you wish that you could when you were doing Mission Statement?
Wait, can I just do a quick ad read? Speaking of selling out to footwear, on footwear, at On, we believe incredible things happen when humans move. Being in motion taps into the space in the subconscious where inspiration lies. It's called flow state, a mind state where action, awareness blur together, leaving us fully immersed in the moment. A hack for the mind, helping us to dream bigger and better. Welcome to the On Lab. Technological innovation lies at the heart of On. Better is achieved through continual experimentation, never being afraid to start again, different or break the mold. Dreaming up groundbreaking new ideas isn't enough. We want to make them a physical reality. Today, our world-class team of scientists and technicians continue to cook up trailblazing innovations within our Zurich-based On laboratory. On
Damn.
footwear, not just for running, also for skateboarding. Created by athletes for athletes, from elite athletes to those just starting out. Movement is the thread that unites us all. Driven by performance, in the On Lab, gold medalists work with our engineers to develop the next generation of two tech for athletes such as Laser Crawford, Tony Cox, Lau
Laser
Willems, Diego Nehera, Pump Track Princess,
Tony
Ryohei
Cobb.
Kitsumi,
Contract
Freddie
Princess.
Gall, Dante Narita Johnson, Poe Pinson, Who Kid, and Christian Dufresne. Out in the streets and on the track all across the world on footwear. Thank you. Continue.
Damn,
Sick.
that ad went on and on. Damn.
Yeah. Dang.
Ooh,
So who's
so they
somebody that I
are.
would have wanted on the pod? Fuck, man, there were so many people. You know who? Because Sage lives in my same neighborhood. I knew him since he was a little kid. Sage Elsesser. And I tried to
Dope.
get him to come on like so many times, dude, and he just, I don't know why. Like we got a good
Yeah.
vibe, and but he just would not come on the show. So I don't know. That was one that I was
I'm
like,
dealing with the same thing with Sage right now for Donnie Magazine. Yep, Sage is playing hard to get for Donnie Magazine.
Well, his shit's blowing up now. His music
I know
is really popping.
we're offering him his chance to curate a magazine, to choose 10 creatives to spotlight in print, printed and published in Belgium, distributed worldwide, and Sage is like dragging his feet about it. Come on, Sage.
Well, shit, get me in there. I'll do it. I
Well,
got
fashion
creative.
enough, bro. You got to be more fashion.
I just
Hey,
gonna
I was
say,
in Popeye.
Facili's
I was in one
face,
issue of Popeye 10
Facili's
years ago.
Facili's face on the cover of a magazine. Hey, can we pull up my magazine cover, guys? So and we'll
I'm
compare and
into that.
we'll show Facili what it's supposed to look like.
I can
Nomads,
do it.
can you help out and give those guys my magazine cover? Nomads left anyway. Yeah,
The Mutiny.
I know.
Damn.
He's bored. Uh,
Fair enough. This is pretty boring.
Thanks, Facili. All right, get the fuck off my
What are we
stage,
pulling
Facili. Can
up?
someone kick Facili off the stage? Fuck this
Thanks,
guy. What
Lee.
the
Hey, nice
hell?
to
Who does
meet
he
you, bro.
think he is? Who does
Hey,
he
nice to
think
meet
he
you too,
is?
man.
That was crazy. God damn it. Let's get Sickens back up on the stage. Oh, Nomads. Oh, Nomads is back. Nomads, do you have do you have that image for no, get off my website. Nomads, can you give my associate producers the image to show to Fusili what he needs to
Yeah, I'm
aspire
search.
to?
I'll have it in just a moment. I'm trying to find it.
Okay, thank you, Nomads. Okay, so let's do a quick word association then. All right.
Yeah, we were gonna possibly hate on something. Let's see if
Well,
it
let's see
happens.
what this can lead to it. Okay, Kelly Hart.
Uh, he rips. Apparently, he dated Doja Cat at one point in time.
Paul
Which
Rodriguez.
Kelly Hart? Really?
yeah.
Okay, let's talk about
Paul
this.
Rodriguez. Paul
Sammy got excited
Rodriguez.
about Doja
Fucking.
Cat. So let's Sammy, turn your camera on.
That's
Let's talk about
amazing.
Doja.
No,
I don't know if
I'm
I was
good.
supposed to say that. I don't know. She was a friend of ours. Like, is a producer and helped her out. So she was like around skaters when she was blowing up.
Okay. Uh, got anything on Paul Rodriguez?
Nah, he's just
Laser
pretty
Crawford's
straight,
dad.
pretty straightforward. I don't know who that is.
Okay, all right, pull up Laser Crawford's dad. Pull up Mike Crawford's Facebook page, please. Do you have a Facebook account? Do you know who Laser Crawford is?
Is he a kid from Portland, Seattle? Is he from Seattle?
I think he's from Arizona. Okay, check out this Facebook page. Or this is Instagram, but whatever, it's fine. It'll work. This is his dad. He's like my favorite part of skateboarding. We don't need the Easter Sunday post. Come on, get out. But look at Laser. Look at Laser's dad.
Is he?
Can we
God.
zoom in on that? Can we
He's
go to his
Jesus.
Facebook? No, it's not even the Jesus thing. It's like that's just whatever. That's just like. Can we go to his Facebook page? His Facebook page is epic, and you can. Do you still have a Facebook page, Lee?
I do, but I only use it for like
So
old friends
I hadn't been on
of the
Facebook
family.
I hadn't been on Facebook in about 3 years, and I saw Laser Crawford. Laser Crawford is like a young handrail killer. He front blunt slid like this big ass fucking handrail that you've probably seen. Can we get Mike Crawford's Facebook page up, please? I don't want guys. You're blowing it right now. This is important.
Does his
What's
dad
going on,
skate
dude? Is
too?
All
random
right,
Celtics on it?
Sorry,
there
sir.
we go. There we go. Let's go to his album. Let's go to his album.
Wow.
Let's go to his. Let's go look at his photo albums. This dude is my favorite dude. All right, let's just like click on one and let's just scroll through. Let's just live life as if we're one of his. Let's get away from the AI stuff. Go older. So look at like that's Laser. Laser is like an up and coming skate ripper. Look at him and his dad. Like it's just a generational thing. It's like skate dads didn't look like that when we were kids, right, Lee?
Nah, but it's funny. Me and him, he's probably younger than me.
He's killing it. I think he like has like a pool cleaning company or he works in real estate or something. He's living a fucking sick ass life, and he's dude. Check out Mike Crawford,
Dude, I'm zooming in on his face. Look at
dude.
those
How
teeth,
sick is
bro.
Mike? How sick is Mike? And his family, like they're super loving. Like his wife has like big titties, and they're always like posing together. Like I'm super hyped on Laser Crawford's dad. I want to get him as my next podcast guest. Can you guys work on that?
He skates too.
I will do
He
my
rides
best.
motorcycles. He's a Harley guy, I
Oh, you're
think.
right. Okay.
Dude, how
Yeah,
sick
I
is this
fuck with him.
dude? Yeah.
I
So
fuck
I
with
want to
him.
get
Yeah, he
Mike
looks
on.
cool.
I'm very interested in. I mean, I'll take the Jesus AI photos as well. Like that's kind of a new stage of. Dude, look at the profile pic. Oh,
Damn.
Those shorts are amazing.
dude,
Hell
what's he
yeah.
riding? What's his car?
It's looking like a
Range
Land
Rover.
Rover.
Range Rover. Check
Range
out the
Rover, Land
Christmas.
Rover.
Check out the holiday scene. Look how beautiful that Christmas
I
tree
know.
is.
Look at that.
Dude,
The
I
white
think if you have
stockings.
parents like this,
Dude,
if you have
Fake
parents
tree.
like
With the
this and you
Tampa
don't turn
Cam.
into a cool person, you really fucked up somehow. Like
Mike
they look
Mike
badass.
Crawford is one of my favorite people that I've learned about this year. I hope you appreciate him now too, everybody. Okay.
I do. I'm into
Uh,
him.
Steve Rodriguez.
He's dope, man. He does a lot for the skateboard community. I don't really know him that well, but
You never
he's
skated with
always
him?
around.
He's always around.
Yeah,
He's
I've been in the, I've like been at the Vans Park with him and stuff. The Vans, the
yeah.
skate space. Yeah,
Uh,
he's dope.
Lau Willems.
I don't know who that is.
That's all right. Corey Glick.
Corey Glick. I'm not too sure. Are the young guys in this Discord gonna be like, this fucking old guy doesn't know anything?
Phil Shao.
Fucking big legend, dude. SF Bay
Ex-
Area legend. Gone
Did you
too
get to
soon.
see him skate in person?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Was it different?
I might have been too young to appreciate what
Okay. No,
but
it's cool.
I
It's
definitely
cool.
he was around.
It's cool to hear
Hmm?
that perspective because it was like I mentioned Danny Supa earlier, where it's like there's certain pros that like I grew up with. Like the first pro I ever saw that like really blew my mind was Jim Gagne. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, he nollie flipped into a bowl. That was his claim to fame.
Well, it was his claim to fame for everybody who saw that Black Label video. But like, uh, his real claim to fame is he possibly invented the backside crooked grind.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I know he was super good.
he
He's from like
possibly.
Mass, Western Mass,
He
right?
was from Western Mass. He was the first like professional type skater I had seen. I was just like, oh, she's definitely better than everybody else. But like, he allegedly did the first backside crooked grind in 1990. Uh, but
Mm.
anyway, he's like so yeah, so like I always thought Phil Shao maybe had some sort of magical qualities about him that like I couldn't quite understand, but like it's cool to hear your perspective to just be like, well, I don't know. He was just another skater. Maybe he was better, maybe he wasn't, right?
I mean, the things that I saw from him were all just his, the things that were documented. Whenever I was around him, I wasn't there for like, when he was doing all that crazy
Do
shit.
you have a skater that like when you were like maybe 20 years old that like just aside, I mean, whatever, you were skating with Mike Carroll, right? So I guess it was like did you have anyone else like that like just blew you away
That was just mind blowing.
when you just saw it all of a sudden? You were just like they just felt like they were like skating on a different level, like I said, like Gagne was one for me. Danny Supa was one for me. Andrew Reynolds was one for me when I saw him skate in person. It's like
I mean, LeVar McBride, he would make you, definitely question your skateboard ability because seeing him skate in real life, like skating hubba, doing switch every switch trick down hubba in one day, and like jumping down the stairs, and
yep,
his technical ability, he
yep,
was fucking mind blowing, dude. And he
yep.
would he's definitely one of. Unfortunately, his career should have gone longer than it was, but he's a fucking beast
I
and
get
he's a
that
legend.
because, like I said, I saw him in like '93 or '94, whatever, like in New York, like that time I was telling you, which is probably like this footage we're watching. But I know even he was like a young prodigy, but then he grew into like he got crazy, right? Like all that Pier 7
Yeah,
stuff when you in the sweatpants when he
yeah,
was like he was a prodigy as a young one, but then he got really out of control apparently.
yeah. And his brother, damn, you pulled up that video quick. His brother was fucking is one of amazing skater as well. Fucking both of them were just two rippers who were just mind blowing, and seeing them skate in person was like crazy.
Just
And
humbling,
Marcus
right?
would like, yeah, yeah. You definitely would be like, I suck after you gave it down.
All right, let's get
For
some more.
sure.
Okay, Tony Cox.
Oh shit, Tony Cox. You know, it's funny because they used to always be at Union Square, like Kenny Reed, Tony Cox, and we would always kind of like not really mingle with each other. But then years later, we all hung out in Barcelona, and then we became friends and shit.
Yeah,
But
Tony the
I
real.
love Tony Cox.
I got to spend a lot of time with him when he moved back to New York, or when he moved to New York after Barcelona. He
Yeah,
was so I got to spend a lot of time with him like after his skating career, and
yeah.
yeah, he's fucking.
If you go to Dime Square, you're guaranteed to run into Tony Cox at
Yeah, he's
some
just
point.
like he's an incredible person, and it's like and his skateboarding was so unique as well. All right,
Mhm.
Ricky Glasser.
He's a YouTuber guy. I don't really know too much about him. Is he Australian?
Perfect. Emilio Dufour.
I have no idea who that is.
Emilio Dufour, he's a young ripper from somewhere in South America. Diego Nahara.
I like him. He's dope, man. He fucking rips and shit.
He does rip,
He
right?
he
Like
uh
picnic table. Oh, like what do you do? Switch hard, flip over a picnic table or some shit?
yeah. He's into graffiti too. He was in New York and we were supposed to go into this restaurant and he started tagging and then we got kicked out of the restaurant, but
Oh, really?
whatever. No, like we were waiting to go in and then he was like tagging on the side of the restaurant. And like the hostess saw him and then we had to find a new restaurant.
Oh, dude, that makes me like him so much more even. That's super
He's
sick.
good, dude.
Do you know about the company he skates for? He skates for his brand called Vinyl. Do you know about Vinyl?
Somebody was talking. I think maybe Ben Cohen was talking about it the other day. Whose company is that?
Blake
It's
Carpenter.
Blake Carpenter. Yeah.
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 I'm not trying to test
I
you
don't know
here.
much about it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to test you here, but like sometimes it's interesting to know like what cuts through the fuzz, right?
Right.
And it's
That dude's
sick
hella
that
good, Blake Carpenter.
he's crazy good. He's crazy. I just can't believe he
Yeah.
quit Toy Machine. That's kind of bizarre to start this company, but he's got Diego Nahara on it now, and hopefully that. I mean, Blake Carpenter's crazy. All right, Jake Alardi,
I only know him from like Tampa skate contest.
Danny Wainwright.
Me and Danny Wainwright hung out a lot in Barcelona. I think he's the new now. He's training the Chinese Olympic team or something like that.
Good for him. He at one time was the highest Ollie world record holder.
I know that was his fucking. He was claiming that one hard.
Well, he did
That
it.
was claiming.
He wasn't claiming it. Like
Right,
the world,
right. He was like,
he fucking did it.
he would bring it up every chance he got.
Oh, did he talk about it still?
Nah, I'm just talking shit.
Oh, okay. I would talk about so I was in Barcelona in like 2018. It was the first time I finally went. And I was at Makba at the end of the day. It was nighttime, so everyone's just hanging out drinking beers or whatever. And I look down at the ground and there's a cardboard box and it's got the address on it and it says Danny Wainwright, like and the address. And I kind of started tripping out because I'm just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Like, I'm in Barcelona for my first time and I'm seeing Danny Wainwright's name on the floor. And I'm just like hanging out with a bunch of Spanish kids, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, yeah, he lives here. Yeah, that's not. I'm like, no, but you don't understand. Like, this is weird that's here. Like, this is
That's
like,
kind of weird, right?
well, yeah, because it's like, this is like this mecca of skateboarding. And then here's this guy that at one point was like, I mean, he was like, the Tony Hawk of skateboarding kind of for a moment in a way, like
Right,
like he was like the most important skateboarder in some weird, bizarre way once he ollied that shit. I don't know.
right.
Lucas Pugh.
Oh, I love that dude. Fucking solid guy. I knew him since he was like super young. We went on the Gypsy tour together.
Tell everyone about the
Fucking
Gypsy
rip.
Tour. Can you try to explain that? Is that kind of like the first like reality TV show thing on a skateboard video?
Kinda, yeah. It was just like I just happened to show. I didn't go to Lyon to like do that. I just happened to show up at that time, and they were like, They told me they were just about to leave to go on this little tour around like France and Italy, and they just told me to hop in with them. And yeah, so I did, and we had like some kind of rules or whatever. We could only live off €10 a day, and there was like no hotels and stuff like that. But yeah, it was fucking super fun. It was an amazing experience.
That
Maybe
was
that
the
was just
mo
a way for them to get a cheap tour in as well.
maybe. I mean, that was the
Make it
but
a
for me, that was the moment where like I really, real was like, what's up with this Lee Smith guy? Because prior to
well. That
that,
it's
well, prior to that, it was kind of
yeah,
like, okay, you skate for Menace, and then you were on All City, right?
right. Well, Minnesota City, and then I skated for Santa Cruz.
And then Santa Cruz. So were you on Santa Cruz during the Gypsy tour?
No, and during the Gypsy tour, I was like, because there was a few years between City Stars and Santa Cruz where I didn't have any sponsors. So I was just kind of like floating around.
Well, and that explains why I was so confused by it. But it was like it wasn't confused in like a bad way, but it was like I was trying to explain this to people in the Discord why it was like I'm a big Lee Smith fan because you're like a frontside crooked grinder and you're a switch 360 flipper.
Thank you.
So it's like there's like stuff about your skateboarding that's like undeniably fucking cool. There just wasn't that
Thank-
much of it.
Yeah,
And but it
I just couldn't land. I couldn't land tricks when the camera was on.
sure, but that's like whatever. Like that's
Pressure
how it
was
is. It's
on.
like it just there wasn't enough of you to appreciate was the reality of it. And then when the Gypsy tour
Hmm.
came out, the fact that you were in it made no sense at all to me. And it probably didn't make a sense to you either though.
Well, see, that's interesting because those are the connections that we made at Embarcadero. I knew JB from when he came and stayed in SF back in the
Mhm.
days. So we always had that connection. And then there was another guy named Malik who also lived in Lyon. So I already had the connection with those guys, and so I went to visit JB, and that's how I got down with all the like French dudes. And I always wanted to like be in Europe. I always wanted to make a connection between the skaters in Europe and what was happening in the U.S. because in those days there were two completely different scenes.
They were.
You had you had a few skaters that lived in the States, but you had your Jeff Rowley and a couple other guys, but there you could be a pro in Europe and people in America wouldn't even know who you were. So
Yeah,
I
it
always
was a
like
different
wanted
time. You couldn't buy a plane ticket on your phone back then. Like you had to like
right
so
exactly.
it was just different. It was like, like people don't realize how easy we do have it right now. Like even the fact that we're doing this podcast like this, right? Like even like
Oh yeah,
6 years ago, this wasn't possible. So it's like,
no.
right. So it's like the world was much more divided. It was definitely like everything was much more like nationalized and like separated. So like, yeah. So like trying to make a connection between Europe because obviously you went there and it was awesome, right?
Yeah, yeah, I just really fell in love with it, and it's interesting that we talked about Menace earlier, and he asked if we were really like that, and I think that I was always more of who I am now, kind of a weirdo, artistic, artsy fucker, as opposed to like some street kind of dude that what we portrayed ourselves as. But so I always wanted to be in Europe and fucking go to museums and do all that kind of shit. And I was just always intrigued by more cultural aspects of going on those tours and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and that's how you ended up there, and that's why you ended up there, and that's why. Well, Fabian probably wasn't allowed to have a passport, but like, but like, yeah, like that's why you ended up there, and that's why you were in that video, and that's why like that
right,
document is now exists, and
right.
and that's why like yeah, like how you met Tony Cox because other people out there were there. So let's do a few more of these. Zach Anders,
I don't know that guy.
Scott Bourne.
Black Arm. Apparently, they used to say that he had a big swastika on his arm, and that's why he tattooed his arms black. I
That
don't know
would
if you ever heard that.
I mean, that would explain it. Like, can we pull up a picture of Scott Bourne? We can just get a photo. But did you skate with him at all in San Francisco?
Yeah, he was around. He was so in SF in those times, like we would see dudes around, but they were like from different. We were kind of like, you're not Frisco natives, you're not
Yeah,
from here, and
yeah,
we don't
rival
really like you.
schools.
But yeah, but we respect your skating, but we don't really, we're not gonna hang
I
out
know.
with
I
you. But now
figured
I think he's amazing. Like I think he's a sick ass dude. He lives in Paris.
he does live in Paris. He has a store in Paris called Landline. It's an all analog store that has like nothing in the store was produced with a computer or something. I don't know. It's like
Mm.
pretty,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
interesting. Another interesting skate career, and he's kind of an underappreciated. But he was involved. Like Pontus Alv did a skate. Can we get that Scott Bourne picture off, man? It's like it's too much. Yeah,
So yeah,
thank you.
rumor has it that his arms were covered with like Nazi stuff, but
Yeah.
then he got it covered up.
That would make sense. That would explain because that also like nobody had tattoos like that, right? Back then.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
that was before like now Mike Crawford looks normal because Mike Crawford can run because Scott Bourne walked.
Exactly.
Lenny Kirk.
Lenny Kirk, damn. Me and Bobby Puglia were just talking about him yesterday.
What
How
were you guys
sick he
saying about
was.
him?
We were just talking about how gnarly, like kind of how we were talking about Danny Sargent, how like he could do crazy rails, but then do some like crazy tech shit, and yeah, he was
He
a
was
sick ass skater.
he was the
Hmm?
first white guy I saw with cornrows.
Yeah, he apparently he went to prison and was like they say he was robbing taxi drivers, carrying around a shotgun and stuff. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
crazy,
I
a
don't really
crazy
know.
life. Um,
People saw after he got out of prison, people saw him in the Mission District trying to preach the word of God to people
yeah,
in
he has a
Spanish. I don't know.
he spoke Spanish as well. Okay. So
Yeah, he learned it in prison.
you've worn a do rag in skate videos.
I have, but I didn't know that that was gonna actually be in a video.
Okay.
I was
Who
just fucking around,
you were
and
just
then
fucking
he
who's so
yeah.
are you knowledgeable about like do rag history in skateboarding?
Not really. No, I don't think I am. No, now that I think about it,
Do you think who do you
I
think
bet
was
Kareem
the
wore a
first?
lot of do rags.
So Kareem was the first skateboarder that you saw wearing a do rag? Do you think?
It had to have been somebody in San Francisco who was wearing it first, but Kareem wore them like often, and he made them look cool, and he'd have like different colored ones and shit.
Do you know Mike Wright?
Yeah, I just saw. Well, we have a little group thing. Somebody sent a video of him today.
What was he doing?
He was somebody did a nollie 360 heel flip on the banks, and he was
Ah,
like, "Whose is better, mine or this? Mine from 35 years ago, or this one from like right now?"
he did a pretty good one over it, or not over it on the small banks. Yeah, he
Yeah,
big spin Mike Wright big spin flipped the bank stairs too, like the smaller yeah.
I mean, he was hella good. He was crazy good.
He was the first skater to skate that. Tyshawn did that ollie on Park Avenue. That was the cover of Thrasher, where he ollies over the bar and the subway thing, and
Right.
he's wearing a do rag. And Mike
He
Wright
did that
ollied.
first.
Well, Mike Wright switch ollied the bar. He didn't ollie the whole thing. He just switch ollied the
Uh,
bar, but wearing a do rag also. So like when Tyshawn got that cover, it made me laugh because I'm just like, damn, dude, he's the second skater to skate. Oh wait, you missed it. You missed it. Go back. It's like he's this. No, no, no. Next one, other one. Go up, go up, go up. No, go other way.
yeah,
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 right
that
there.
one.
So Mike Wright switch ollied that bar, but like into the street wearing a do
Mm.
rag, and then Tyshawn ollies it wearing a do rag, and I was just kind of like, it's sick that Tyshawn did it, but like he should have picked a different
But
outfit.
He didn't switch ollie the exact same spot.
No, Mike did it closer down. Like
Oh, okay.
he just switch ollied over the bar to flat.
Over the bar. Got you. Got
Yeah.
you.
So it's a big switch ollie, and it's a sick photo too. I think probably Ted Newsom probably shot it. Did you ever shoot with Ted Newsom?
No, I never shot with him.
Okay. Pump track princess.
Ooh,
Okay.
pump track princess.
Yeah. Ezra
I'm gonna
Snyder.
have to look that up.
You should look it
Who?
up.
Say
It's
that again.
Pump Track Princess.
Is she like some hot chick that has a million Instagram followers because she
She's an
does like
she's
TikToks or something?
she's an aspiring social media person. I say aspiring. She seems
Hey
to be new.
yo,
Who wants to
Huh?
explain Pump Track Princess? Gabe, do you want to get unmute yourself?
Yeah, I can hop in. Yeah, she seems to be an aspiring social media influencer in the skateboarding space, trying to
Okay.
kind of blend her sexuality with the horniness of teenagers and probably the 30, 40 something skate crowd that is emerging. It's not very tasteful content.
I think it's beautiful content. I'm trying to get her on the podcast, but she's dodging me.
Damn, she's ducking you, huh? Maybe I'll give her a follow.
There we go.
See
Thank
what's
you, League.
popping.
Thank you, League. Let's get her on. Tell her you had a nice time. That we're respectful over here.
All right.
Okay, Mike Burnett,
Oh man, he's cool as fuck. He's just a good guy, solid dude.
Neil Blender,
Not much. Neil Blender. I just remember his old graphics. I don't really know too much about him.
Ryuhei Kitazume.
Is that the Japanese guy who does a bunch of crazy tricks, like all those weird tricks?
You just you just described an entire skate scene. Perfect.
which one?
No, like he does, like he's like fuck. I don't know even know how
Front.
to describe it.
He's got
Like
a very
fitness
good
trick.
front side. He's got a very good front side crooked grind. He was my Sodi 2024.
Oh, so you're talking about an actual skater? You know the guy I'm talking about? He'll like tic tac onto a
Can someone
thing
help
and
us
like.
out, Sammy? Sammy, come on.
Andy Anderson? No,
But similar
The,
to that, there's
the
a
guy Miyagi
Japanese
or
guy
whatever.
who skates like that.
I heard Tic Tacs.
Yeah, there's
Who
a Japanese guy who skates in that
Who?
way
help
as well.
help us, Gabe?
Miyagi?
It's the fucking the guy Miyagi or whatever the fuck that guy's name is. The guy who does all the, like the
Miyagi.
rail down shit,
Yeah, I don't
skating in the
know.
fucking
But you
ponds and
weren't
stuff.
talking about that guy though.
No, I'm talking about that. Check out. All right, I'm gonna send you. I think you'll appreciate his skating. Okay,
Right.
Coco Santiago.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was talking about him with Bobby Pulio yesterday too. He's
Damn,
fucking New Jersey. He's from New Jersey.
he is
New
from New Jersey.
Jersey to SF legend. Apparently he got into drugs a little bit. So I don't really
Yeah,
know what's going on with him
he
nowadays.
had some power to him. He was like a Sean Sheffy type. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
big
exactly. He's
fan, big
fucking
fan.
ripped.
Jim
Hell yeah.
Thiebaud.
Jim Thiebaud, just a big all around legend, SF, always still doing it. He's like still goes to every contest and is in the mix and
Are you
giving back to
familiar with?
skateboarding.
Are you familiar with his poetry?
I'm not. Should I be?
I mean, so it must have been 1990 or 1991. It was him and Tommy Guerrero had just started Real,
Yeah.
and they came to this skate camp that I went to, and it wasn't like a sleepaway skate camp. Like I was just lucky enough. Like this is where I met Anthony Claravel. There was this skate camp in Wilbraham, Massachusetts, called Interskate 91, and I went for 5 days, like day camp. Like I'd get dropped off in the morning, like with a sack lunch, and get picked up at like 4 p.m. by my parents, whatever. And Tommy Guerrero and Jim Thiebaud were there, and they had just started Real, and I had like $10 or whatever, and I wanted to buy some stickers or a T-shirt or something, and I remember Jim was like, "Oh, I don't have anything left, but if you want to buy my book of poetry," and it was called "Do the Distance," and I was probably 12 years old, and fucking Jim Thiebaud sold my fucking ass like a book of poetry. called "Do the Distance," and I wish I had saved the book because
I was
it's.
about to say, do you still have it?
I wish I had saved it because
Uh-uh.
I mean now I want to actually appreciate it. But I remember like I actually read it like going, and I was just kind of trying to like whatever, trying to enjoy the money. But all I wanted was a T-shirt or some stickers.
Right.
So if you see Jim Thiebaud or hear from him, I want another. I want another one of those books. Okay. Christian Dufresne's.
Christian, is that the guy who skates the PS? Is he PSL dude? I don't know who
Very
he is.
good. Very good. Yes, he is. That's where I learned about him.
He was on P Rod's team, right?
Well done.
I
Sammy
don't know.
Baked is our resident contest skater aficionado. Sammy Baked, do you want to clue us all into who Christian Dufresne is and why we like him?
MVP of the tropics, sir.
Yeah, the Tropics, exactly. They
There
won
we
the
go.
whole thing, but I mean, not too surprised it is at his skate park.
True. Yeah.
Boom.
Yes. Yeah.
No shade, no shade,
No,
no
not even,
shade
but like
there.
reality check. Like, dude, yeah, he skates it a lot. JD Reyes.
Oh, fucking big legend, pool shark, Max
True.
Fish, Max Fish, local.
Dante Narita Johnson.
No idea who that is.
Beatrice Dumont.
Beatrice, yeah, she's cool, man. She's doing her thing.
I'm
She's
trying to get her on the podcast. Hopefully soon.
She told me no a lot.
EC Melody.
I don't know who that is.
Poe Pinson.
I just met her the other day, and
Oh,
I
tell
saw
us
her
a
in that new
story.
Nike video. I don't have any story. I just said hi, and then I saw her in that Nike video.
You
She
had good
seems pretty
clips in that
good.
Nike video, right?
Yeah, she was ripping. For
What'd you
sure.
think about the man-on-man kiss right before her frontside 360 into the bank? Can we pull that up, please, Sammy, or not?
And pull that up because I missed that.
Okay, I'm watching. I'm like Jake Phelps, man. I'm watching, dude. It's like I see shit, and I'm just like, did that just happen? Okay, it did happen. Okay, great. Skateboarding is doing fine. I like it. I like it. It's called Creased, guys. It's called Creased. Pull it up. Nike Air Force One Creased. We'll talk about some other people. Freddie Gall.
Freddie Gall. Yeah, I mean everybody knows him. One time we were at Machba and he's like, I just did a line. I just got a line at Machba. And I was like, sick, what'd you do? And then he's like, no, a line of coke off the ledge. And I was like, okay.
He is a legendary partier. But what was it like? Because he switched crooked grinded Hubba, right?
Yeah.
What was that like as a
Yeah,
San
yeah.
Franciscan who you could have switched crooked grinded Hubba, but you didn't?
Because I didn't have the balls. I'm a low impact skater.
But did people in San Francisco talk about that? Because he was an out of towner coming in and fucking getting like an NBD.
Well, he did switch 5-0 backside and frontside, I think. Switch, yeah, yeah. Nah, I mean, we liked it as long as you were cool and you came and you were respectful.
So there's a way
Then
to come and piss on the territory, but like not be like a kook.
yeah, I think nobody ever was upset about people coming in and like ripping too hard or anything like that, or like doing tricks. It was never really about the skating. It was like always more about like just how you act and how you behave.
And Freddie's always a gentleman.
Yeah, he was cool, and plus he was probably like exactly like how we were, like drinking 40s and a little rough around the edges. So that helps as well.
Yeah. We're trying to find.
Even though dudes like,
Yeah. No. I'm
I
saying
was gonna.
we're trying to find that man on man kiss for us.
Oh yeah,
But
might be kind of.
no, it's like 8 minutes in. It's towards the end. It's like they're in Puerto Rico now, right? You watch this video though, right, Lee?
Yeah, I did only once though.
But did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was sick. Those are that crew of dudes like Cyrus, Kareem,
Oh,
Antonio. Those are the guys that are just fucking.
rewind. Yeah. And this is John Wilson did this video. He's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
there it is.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah. What's going on right there?
Dude, how sick
Hey
it would
yo,
Yo.
like thank you
Just
Nike.
caught out.
that is
Thank you
a new
John
Nike
Wilson.
shirt.
And I like
Just
that
caught in
they
the act right there.
and then right into pose front three into the bank and then she fucking what's she do a kickflip after? Yeah, Poe.
You did that good.
Dude, she
Hey
fucking
man,
rips.
love who you love, you know?
She fucking rips. Yeah. Okay, let's Greg Carroll.
Greg Carroll, man, he's a OG. He's a life coach now and a spiritual healer.
Did he ever try to get you to
So
skate for Think?
he actually gave me boards before I got on Menace. He was like following me just like as like just hooking me up.
That's cool.
But I don't know, maybe I could have gotten on the team fully, but then Menace came along.
Uh,
Love Greg.
yeah. That's I think that's all of the names I got. Did anybody else have a name they want to throw at Lee and hear his reaction to it?
Gifted hater.
I like that dude, man. He's hella funny. I learned about him when I watched his Tyshawn video, and he
Oh,
was when he was
the
breaking
table,
down like this, huh?
breaking down the table.
Yeah, the table. That fucking shit had me dying, dude.
That was so funny. That's a classic.
Yeah, I've subscribed to him on YouTube, but I feel like he hasn't been posting anything that much lately.
That we've been hearing that a
That is the
lot.
general feeling of the public. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I
He's
don't know
slowing
what's
down, not up.
damn. He writes for Sci-Fi Fantasy, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
he's
He
slow.
does
Yep.
Yeah, he hangs out.
along with Corey Glick.
Okay, Corey Glick. I don't know too much about Corey Glick. What do you guys think? Did he make it over? Does it count or what? Over the table?
I think he made it 100%. But I also enjoy Gifted Hater having fun with the moment. I mean, he fully
Yeah.
believes Tyshawn didn't make it, of course, but it's his
I
job to
think
be
he went to
asshole
the
on the internet, so
side.
it's sick. But when I saw it, I saw how he did it, and then when he did it again or redid it, you saw that he did the same exact situation where he kind of jumped, I don't know, the wind or whatever the angle he carried it. It seemed like he didn't make it or whatever, made it to the side either way. So yeah.
So he's landing like kind of parallel to the table
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
way.
It's like
That's what
from
they're
where he
trying to say.
takes off, it's sort of like a diagonal takeoff. So then by the time he ends on like the other side. That's how I saw it when I watched it the first time.
Uh,
And then when Tyshawn did it again, I'll pull it up in a second. But yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense to me.
When
I
he
do
did it
feel like
again,
people
he
are always.
cleared
Hmm?
it.
Mm.
When he did it
I
again,
do.
he did it at 100. He
Yeah,
did it so
I do feel like people try to hate on Tyshawn for some strange reason.
General?
Like when he nollie flipped over the trash can, people were like, "Yeah, but he shifted." But I was like, "Bro,
Exactly.
if
Exactly.
the trash can is in front of you and then you nollie flip and land on the other side of it, then you fucking nollie flip the trash can."
Yeah, he's trying to not
yeah.
fucking get cooked. Like he's doing insanely
Well,
hard shit really
but
high.
that
So
comes
Right.
to a name I forgot to ask. How about Eric Ruwadi?
Oh, he was like an East Coast guy, right? Back in the day.
He nollied over the New York City trash can without a shifty,
Did he?
like
Wow,
straight
I'm gonna have to
nollied.
go check that
I don't even know if there's footage of it.
out.
And he R.I.P. Eric Ruwadi. But I
Uh,
am one of those people that like I love Tyshawn and I love his footage. That footage on when he boards like board slid that the construction equipment on Park Avenue
yeah.
like a bulldozer, right?
Right. Yeah, that was
Like
sick.
that's one of like the 10 best clips I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's like it's better than Danny Sargent's Slappy at EMB in my opinion. Like Danny Sargent's like top 50, but like that Tyshawn clip is like insane. So like I'm a huge Tyshawn fan, but like I am one of those guys that's like, yeah, he kind of didn't really do it though. I mean, yeah, he got over it. It's height, but like Like, I'm
Maybe
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
oh, I'm not muted.
Explain it to me, Lee,
I
because
know
you
he
know
cleared
better.
that
Like,
Ferrari.
he
Of
ollied over the
He
the
Ferrari
said
for
wait,
that.
sure. I'm
The
talking about
Ferrari was crazy.
the nollie kickflip over the trash can.
I mean, he did it. He just did it in his way, the way. I mean, he made it from one side of the trash can to the other. I don't know. I don't know how
All right,
else
let's
it
not talk
works.
about that specific one, but like, have you ever been in a situation where you're skating over something, and especially with nollies and fakey ollies, somebody kind of goes over the side a little bit,
Yeah, and then you kind of shifty over the side, right?
or they shifty over it, and or you do it, and you kind
Yeah,
of be like, "Did that count?" Like you kind like you know when you shifted over the side of it, you know, like when you've cheated it, right?
right. That
Like,
looked pretty
no,
official. That switch ollie right
the
there.
switch ollie is perfect. I'm not talking about the switch ollie. I'm
Yeah,
with
this
the
is
Yeah,
switch
this
ollie.
is the second time
I
when he
am
went
with
back
This
and
one was
redid it.
amazing.
I am with
So
the
yeah.
that's
switch
why I was
ollie.
saying, like, if you look at the second time he does it, you can see the same way. He sort of angles it, and it makes it seem like he lands
Hold
not
on a
all the way.
second. Hold on a second. Let's get some real information on this. Get to the fucking
We're really
stage, dumb
splitting
data.
hairs here.
Dumb data, put your fucking
Oh
camera
shit,
on
dumb
so Lee can
data.
see who you are.
What up,
So boxy. Hi,
dumb
Mr.
data?
Smith.
What up, man? How you
I'm good.
doing?
How are you?
Pretty good. Having fun over here.
I want to
Welcome
talk
to the
about
Discord.
the yes, exactly. Welcome to the I want to talk about the nollie kickflip that Tyshawn does over the can. Because here's the thing. It's amazing. Like he's so high. Can we get the nollie kickflip up, you guys? We keep looking at this switch ollie.
Yeah.
I just want to make my point. That's all. That's
Make
my
your
point.
But
point. All right.
your point is that you say he did it.
Yep.
I say
Yeah,
we all say
he
he
did.
did it.
Yeah, we all say he did it for sure.
But let's talk about this nollie kickflip over the can. Dumb Data, do you have anything? Do you have any questions for Lee Smith?
How are you liking the Discord so far? Is this your first day?
Yeah, it's my first day here. It's pretty fun, man. I like it.
How did you like reffing?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was funny. I thought they would have their friends filming them or something. Like it's interesting that they were filming themselves.
Oh yeah,
Dumb Data
it's a work in progress.
Dumb Data is
Hmm.
kind of like the flat ground game of skate aficionado. He's probably the most. I would say you're probably the premier consultant when it comes to games of skate played on the internet.
I have opinions, yeah.
No, I'm
You
not
could
saying you
say
have.
that.
We all have opinions, dude. I'm saying, but like you have watched thousands of hours of flat ground skate games of skate,
Well,
Yeah.
that's how you got to collect the data, right? That's
Yes,
your
sir.
thing.
and you
Did you
just
watch the
have.
PSL?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I was initially against it. I wasn't a fan, but I think the consistency, the way they did it, like almost every week, it started to grow on me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. They had like a
At first,
perfect finale, and then it it just ended like the best way it could have possibly ended. So if it didn't end that way, maybe my feelings would be different. But because it was exciting, I think
yeah,
I walked away thinking it was pretty cool.
yeah, it was dope.
Do you
Did you
guys
go
not
to any
think?
of the
Do
stuff?
you guys not think it was rigged? Like they fucking like completely rigged it to like make you guys like it better?
No, you know what's interesting for me when I thought it was just like a game. When I actually started thinking of it as in a like sport sense, like then it
Guys, I'm sorry.
became
I'm sorry.
more
Can we
fun for
pull
me.
up the Tyshawn Nollie flip, you guys?
I was trying to pull up what they were talking about.
I don't want to look at PSL. I don't give a fuck about Mike Mo's like attempt at staying relevant in skateboarding. Like he just like it doesn't matter. Like Mike Mo almost had a moment. It's over. Like can we stop talking about fucking PSL? I mean, Lee, you can talk about whatever you want, but I just want to see this nollie
That's
kickflip.
fine.
I want to see this nollie kickflip over the trash can because it's incredible. It's an amazing feat. But
Sloan,
Where can we
Facilities
find it?
had his hand up for like 5 minutes.
Vasily, get to the
Get
stage. Do you have?
the
I think
get the
Vasily has
silly
something.
back in here.
I think Vasily has something to say to you, dumb data.
Oh
This will be
shit.
good. Oh, he took his
Vasily, come
hand
on.
down.
Hop up to
I
the
invited
stage,
him to speak.
Vasily. Can we find that nollie flip over how can you not this is like one of like it's a great trick, right? Like we should be able to find it.
No, I had
I
something to
need
say
help.
a
Where's
while
it
ago,
from?
but I
What
forgot.
video?
I was just
Who?
trying to find what.
Silly forgot?
Yeah, no, I don't know why my hand was up. I've just been listening to you guys.
Well,
It's all good.
I want to talk about something. So Vasily, so you've got some issues with dumb data, right?
No, I don't know. He keeps trying to beef with me, and then as soon as I respond, he walks it back all crazy.
I ain't walking shit back, dude. I stand on
Oh,
business.
okay.
Damn.
Oh, you
Oh,
stand on business,
damn.
Vasily,
dude.
put your
Come on.
camera on. Vasily, put the camera on. Let's see the cats.
This is what we
I,
need. More beef. We need more
I'm
skateboarding beef, dude.
I,
People need to
I'm
start fighting again.
I'm literally skating flat. Hold on.
Oh, hear that, dumb data?
My phone's
That's what I
my
like to hear.
hold on. My phone's about to die. Hold on. Let me see if Dun Data knows what he's looking at real quick. Hold on. How do I do this?
It's gonna be
Sammy,
an
help me out here.
impossible.
Sammy, help Vasily teach Vasily how to use his
Turn my
phone.
shit around. Computer. All right, here we go. All right, let me see if I can do it self film like that.
Yeah,
Ah.
I knew you would do an impossible. Mog
So
my ass.
you agree that that's an impossible?
I mean, I can't see a lot of what's going on, but I watched your trick tips, Fusili.
This
Okay,
is
then I
not
want to.
this is not the right footage, you guys. It's not on
I put it in
Lafayette.
the chat. I put it in the chat.
It's
You
in
put
the
it
It's
in
in
the
chat.
chat. Okay.
the
You put it
It's
in
in
the
the
chat.
What
chat.
I got
you
it. I got it.
you you've hyped up this nollie flip to the point that this better like blow my mind.
I don't even remember
there.
the knowledge flip you're
There it
talking
is.
about.
Lean
That's it.
remembers it.
Nollie,
No.
Thank you. All right, put it big.
straight
Let's look
nollie
big.
flip
Don't
over
worry,
the
Let's look
can.
big.
it's
Look how
fine.
You know, like
incredible this is. Look how incredible this is, but he doesn't go over the can.
Nah, I think he goes over
he
the can.
doesn't.
Oh, the way that he drifts it though.
He didn't go.
Over
It's
it.
He
beautiful.
didn't go over it.
I
It's
think
I don't know. I
beautiful.
thought that was pretty sick.
I think that's as valid as going over it straight.
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't go over exactly. He didn't go over it straight. So imagine if he does go over it straight. How sick that would look.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, listen, Sloan, like you were saying, like when you skate over something, you got to just make it work, right? Like,
It's
You got to make it work. Exactly.
You should line up like
Like
6 of
straighten out.
them.
if I impossible over some shit, I'm gonna go a little bit sideways. I can't. It's hard to do it straight or like a
have you
tray
done
flip
an
over something.
impossible over have you done an impossible over one skateboard on its side? Like a skateboard the highway?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can do it that way.
Well,
I can do
you
that.
kind of sound like you're lying. Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I have. Well, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was something of a similar dimension, like
No,
a
I
low.
asked, have you done it over a skateboard the side way, which would be the normal thing to do because there's always a skateboard around on a session. So you have never done that. Why don't you try to do that, Vasily?
I don't have another board with me right
Well,
now.
not today. You
Otherwise,
don't
I
have to
would do
do,
it.
dude. You don't have to do it today. But I'm just saying, like I literally asked you a
I'm
question, and
impossible
you.
over a. Here, no, I'm possible over a concrete ball. It's on my IG.
That's cool.
Go
Very
look at
good.
that.
I will
Tell
go totally
me
go
if I
look at
touched
that.
on that.
But that wasn't the question I had. It's like,
All right.
it's okay. It's
Sloan,
cool.
thanks for having me, but I gotta bounce.
Bye. Push planks. Do you have any
Talk to
questions
you
for
later.
Lee Smith?
Later.
Nice to meet you.
Lee, do you
You
have
too,
anything
man.
else that
Peace.
you want to say, or do you have any questions for the Discord, or anything else you want to say before? Because you've been here for 2 hours. I don't want to take any more of your time.
Nah, man. It's just been fun chopping it up with you guys. Thanks for having an old dude like me on here, and yeah, that's about it. Nice to
We're
I
fucking
before we get, I do have one last question. It's about your City
yeah,
Stars chain. Do you know
yeah,
what pawn shop you sold it to? Is there somebody out there
yeah.
that probably bought it and is walking around with your City Stars chain? Can we
It's
collect that
on
for the
fucking
culture?
dude. It's on Santa Monica, right off La Brea. But that was like 20 years
On it.
ago, so I don't know, dude. I don't know who has it. But yeah, I still got the Menace one though. That's the more important one. The Menace one.
It's all history. It's all culture.
And I got a City Stars baby blue leather jacket, one of one. Kareem was like, "I'm buying us all leather jackets. Which color you want?" And I was like, "I want baby blue."
Fire. Okay.
I got
Sloan,
that.
Thank you. We can let the
Sloan,
homie
get
go.
Lee to edit the mag. He's got the swag. Forget about navy blue.
I do want to offer, if you ever fly back out to LA, Gabe Bathhouse is offering to be an airport shuttle for anybody. He's willing to take you to. Have you ever been to go see horse racing?
Me? No.
Gabe, do you want to try to sell?
Yeah. I'm not going to stick up for horse racing. If I didn't grow up in it, I would not be interested at all in it. But yeah, horse racing is a thing. But yeah, if anyone's ever in LA, hit me up. I'm a very good airport shuttle person.
Dude, let's go to the track.
Can
Do it.
can you get some money? You can win money on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do something with the money. It's either gonna make more or lose all of it. But
You
we'll
gotta
have
have a
fun.
Right.
breeder's guide. You gotta have your breeder's guide, Lee.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to know what's up, right? I don't know shit about horses, so.
Gabe knows.
That's a reference. That's a reference to a Marx Brothers movie. Never mind. That's some old timey shit.
It's mad old, damn, dude. All right, me and Lee feel young right now. Marx Brothers
That's
quotes.
right.
Who's on
Yeah. Wow.
first?
No, that's Abbott
Um.
Uh,
Costello.
Well, I think we're. I think. Should we do? Oh, video games, Lee.
I don't. What about
Did
them?
you ever play any video games?
Not really.
No.
I played Mortal Kombat. We always played Mortal Kombat, but I was never good at it. I just played Street Fighter and shit.
Yeah, like on
But I
Super
never. No
Nintendo,
way.
Genesis, or arcade.
Yeah. In the arcade, I don't know. It was at Super Nintendo, like at homies' houses.
Hell yeah, I always liked Super Nintendo better than Genesis for the fighting games. I felt like it felt more like the arcade, and it was you didn't have to waste quarters or like wait in line and shit.
Yeah, Carol's into super. He's really into Mortal Kombat, but he would play with his fingers, not his thumbs. He would play like this.
Oh, he would
It's
flatten
very
it down
strange.
like he was playing in the arcade.
Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. Weird, but yeah, he
Well,
loved Mortal Kombat.
I want to say thank you very much for your time. Do you want to talk about
Yeah, of
anything else?
course.
Is there anything we missed that you feel like you want to shoot the shit on? I
Nah, man. Nah,
feel
I'm
like
just happy to be here.
I do. Sorry. Why were you not in the Ty Evans masterpiece We Are Blood?
What's that? That's the one where like fucking P Rod and all those dudes. Which one is
Yes.
that? I don't know. I wasn't good enough to
He
be
didn't
with
ask
those.
you.
I don't
Okay,
know.
he snubbed you. I Did you ever skate? Did you ever skate Bercy in Paris?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
Any memories from that spot?
Nah, not really. That's the one where it's like grass coming down on the sides,
Big
right?
grass hill and all the ledges.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, I skated the dome more.
The dome, yeah.
I only I only went to Bercy a couple times.
Frank, do you have any
Yeah.
questions, or anyone else have any closing questions for Lee?
No questions, but thank you for your time. It was fun to listen to.
For sure. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
I had a great time. Does anybody want to close us out, or are you guys going to make me do it?
You got it. Classic.
All right. Lee Smith, thank you for joining the perfect cutting edge Discord server. I hope to see you in many more matches of the Discord Wars. After the Discord Wars is over, we're going to start skateboarding bingo. I don't know if you have any
Yeah,
interest,
let
but
me know.
we're going to start. It's going to be teams. So each team is going to be consist of 3 athletes. And once you get your bingo card, after you have your 3 athlete team, you have the option of adding a 4th player to your team. So once you get your card and you see what was there, you might know like, oh shit, I know the perfect person to get this one and this one. So keep your eye out
Okay.
for skate bingo coming out of the Perfect Cutting Edge Discord server once the Discord Wars has finished. So thanks again for reffing that match, and thanks for coming on
Thank you. I appreciate it.
the GMGC stage. All right, Lee. Take care, guys.
All right.
Put her
Thanks, guys.
put her
Peace.
put her in the
Thanks, Lee.
books. Good morning, General Chat. Good morning, General Chat.
don't put spaces between good morning general chat.
Good morning, general chat. Let's go. Good morning, general chat. Good morning, general chat.